Hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see you, Marcus. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you, Sir Robert Wunhos. Dog, good to see ya. Steffi, Streffley, Neo Judge, Maruki. How is everyone doing today? Oh my goodness, we're in the middle of spoiler season, and Innistrad is looking so sweet. I'm ridiculously excited for this. It looks really powerful, but I actually think Standard is going to be good. I feel like we might actually be going into a good Standard for the first time in a long time. It's got cards that are powerful, but I haven't seen anything that makes me scared of Standard being miserable. So, I don't know. What are y'all thinking of this set? This set is looking so spectacular. King of Carrot Flowers. Good to see you, Neo Judge. Pokey Master Maddie BG Stilt. Richard, how are you today? Hey Seth, do you think there's room for a decent Naya werewolf deck with a new werewolf legend and wolf pack leader? I think it's possible. I think there's enough werewolves in the format that we can build a decent deck. We'll see. I'm a little skeptical because last time werewolves weren't good, but this time might be the time for werewolves. I will say for sure that Tovolar that card is insane. It's probably the best werewolf of all time. The card is so bonkers. Kind of blows my mind that Wizards went all the way with this card. It's so good. So I actually think if werewolves are good in Standard, Tovar is going to be a big reason why, and it's definitely the best commander werewolf. Everything you could dream. My only criticism of this card is it almost feels like Wizards took the easy way out, and they know if we just draw a card whenever you hit someone with a creature onto this, it's going to be really good. So it feels a little bit like they took the easy way out, but the card is so insane. I can't even complain. It is so good. Yeah, what do you think of that card? This card is really interesting. Hostile / creeping in. So hostile. Oh, it's so close to being good. I feel like if it didn't say activate only as a sorcery, it would be really strong. With it being activate only as a sorcery, so you can't sack a creature that's about to die to removal spell, I think you can still build around it and make it good. Sack your eye twitches, sack your decayed zombies, and then the backside, that's a legit threat. A 3/7 that's also draining your opponent. The one thing I hate about these cards, I want your opinion on this. Hey, what's up, dog? Good to see you. Also, everyone, I've missed ya. We missed a couple of streams because of spoiler season, so hopefully everyone's doing well. Is Delver going to see Standard play? I saw Standard play last time, so I expect it will this time. It's not going to be broken in Standard. Although, back during original Innistrad, Delver was the best deck in the format. But that also had Snapcaster and Restoration Angel and Runechanter's Pike and Preordain, I want to say, was also in that. It was like a modern deck. It was literally a modern deck. But hey, welcome, Rebulsin. How are you? Oh, Ponder. That's what it was. Ponder and Preordain. Yeah, it was so good. We have a bad Snapcaster. I mean, Bloodthirsty Adversary is not a bad Snapcaster. What do you think of this, chat? And I promise we are going to play Magic today. We're going to talk about Innistrad, but also play Magic. Do you think, I want your Commander professional opinions. My thinking is Hostile should be a colorless card, and I should be able to play that in any deck. I felt this way for a long time with Elberus, with Westville Abbey. I really feel like you can only play the front half of the card. There's no way you can play the black half of the card. Why shouldn't I be able to play this in my colorless deck? Because it's a colorless card. That's one of my biggest gripes with the Commander rules. I feel like it should be a colorless card. There's tons of things. There's white cards that make black tokens. It's not any different than that. It's just a colorless card that happens to, when certain things happen, turn into a black creature. So, Bloodthirsty Adversary going to aggro 2-top. Yeah, Bloodthirsty Adversary is great. All the adversaries are good. A 2/2 haste is already good, and then you get a Goblin Dark Dweller if you get to 5 mana, which is also good. Moonveil Regent, one of my favorite cards from the set so far. Intrepid Adversary might be the most powerful of the cycle yet. I don't know. Decay Zombies are getting me. I'm still not sure. I have this lurking feeling of dread in the back of my mind that they're just going to be absolutely horrible. Are creatures that don't actually do anything still creatures? If you can't block with them and you can't really easily attack with them because they're only 2/2s, do they still count as creatures? Transgold, yeah, that was the first thing I thought, dude. Turning into a draw of 5. So hopefully everyone's doing well today. Yeah, I mean, there are synergies, and I think that's going to be the idea. Sacrifice them, or we got that new control magic. Like, cards like that become a lot better if I can find it on here. Like, Grafted Identity, it's a mind control. It's a control magic, actually. 4 mana gain control of a creature, and you even pump it. You gotta sack a creature, which is bad for most decks, but if you got a bunch of decaying zombies, then it's kind of all upside. Hey, what's up, crowd pleaser? How are you? Good to see ya. Also, cards like this make me so happy that Eldrade's leaving. Like, Briarbridge Tracker, that's a sweet card. It's like a big Thraben Inspector. And you know how I feel about Thrabes. I really love Thraben Inspector. But it's like a 3-mana Thraben Inspector. As long as you have the clue around or another token, it's a 4/3. Like, that's a reasonable 3-drop. That's a nice, fair, good value 3-drop. But if Lovestruck Beast was around, you just couldn't play it. You can't play a Briarbridge Tracker when everyone's playing a 3-mana 5/5. So it's been such a huge relief to be able to talk about all spoilers and not every single card, or like every other card be like, oh, this card's really sweet, but it dies to Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, this card's really sweet, but it can't get through a Lovestruck Beast. So it's been such a relief to not have to do that this spoiler season. So I'm really hyped for this set. It looks powerful, but not in an Eldraine way, and it definitely doesn't look broken, and I think Standard might be good, and it's got a lot of cool cards. Mask of Grizzlebrand's another really cool card, but we can talk about it as we go along. And if new spoilers come up while we're streaming, make sure to let me know, because we can talk about them live on stream. Hey, Seth, been waiting for you to play Squirrel combo. So far, it's been a pretty competitive deck in Historic. 7-0 win streak. Ooh, well, that's what we're starting with. We're starting with some Scurry Twin action. I'm happy with the power level, too. I think Standard might actually be good. And then I was thinking, we'll see as we go along. I wanted to ask y'all's opinion on this. I kind of have this perverse desire to build a deck just designed to hose Tybalt's Trickery and play Best of One, because I think Best of One is like 50% Tybalt's Trickery combo decks. So I kind of want to just build a deck that is just incredibly narrowly designed to hose Tybalt's Trickery and play Best of One just to troll Tybalt's Trickery players, teach them a bit of a lesson. Gavin Lucid, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I don't think it'd be control. I just want to play like Dranith Magistrates, Thalias, Grafdigger's Cages, like just all the cards that just hose that archetype and just get them. Discard's not even really good against it, because discard, they can still cast the Cascade spell from the graveyard. So we might do that later. We're gonna start with some Squirrel Twin, though. Actually, we're gonna start with some reminders, and then we're gonna do some Squirrel Twinning, and then who knows? Maybe we troll some Trickery players. We got some backup decks too. There's a couple Reanimator decks that look pretty sweet that we have. There's this Trash for Treasure Storm deck someone sent me. I still want to try to make Troll Worship work in Historic, so we got options today, but we're starting with the Squirrels and seeing what happens. Esper Human Shell with Meddling Mage. Yeah, that could be a good way to go about it. Texan Best One is incredible. That's how I rank up. I imagine it's good with everyone playing Trickery, so I can't believe pre-release is next. I know, this set is almost here, and I am super excited for it. This set looks so good. Anyway, reminders. Dr. Shendor, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. And Van Haas, welcome you as well. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. So, replay YouTube. That's where we invite all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Spoilers every day. Against the odds. Going up tomorrow, playing some Historic. I'm not going to tell you what, because it's a surprise, but we got a sweet Against the Odds deck going up tomorrow. So tons of stuff on the YouTube. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And maybe you need some magical cards. Maybe you need to pre-order Innistrad Midnight Hunt. You know where you can get them? You can get them at cardkingdom.com. You see it right there. If you need the new Thrabes, the 3-mana Thrabes, or a Loyal Griff, or anything else, they got you covered. You even get a free Goldfish sticker. Let them know you want when they'll hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Dirty Sanchez for the 4th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Otherwise, merch page, clean out Richard's Garage, donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. Yeah, Test of Talents does seem like a good way to get the Trickery players. So, what are we starting with? Did I see Caleb D's shaving stream? I didn't see the actual stream, but I saw a picture of it. What made Caleb shave? What was the cause of that? I'm very curious. No stream yesterday. Spoiler season never can stream on Mondays because of the podcast and spoilers. So this week, Tuesday and Thursday, 10K in donations. Oh, I wonder if I do that. I actually don't know if I would. I'm not sure that I would. 10K to shave the head and the beard. I haven't, Feingold. What was your message? You had someone do the good game settle thing to you? Did it actually get you? All right, so what are we starting out with? We are starting out with Squirrel Twin. Basically, the idea of this deck, we're a Scurry Oak combo deck. What do we got to do to win the game? Well, we got to get down Scurry Oak. Scurry Oak, whenever a counter's put on it, gets to make a squirrel. We need Scurry Oak. We need Heliod. Heliod allows us to put a counter on something when we gain life. Last piece of the puzzle, we need something like Prosperous Innkeeper that gains us life whenever a creature comes into play. If we get all those things together, then we go infinite. We gain a life as a creature comes into play to put a counter on Scurry Oak with Heliod, which will make a squirrel, which will trigger Heliod after gaining us life with Innkeeper to put a counter on Scurry Oak. Infinite squirrels, infinitely big Scurry Oak. This deck, I'm a little bit curious. So this is a viewer deck. This is unchanged viewer deck. I'm kind of curious if we want like a Soul Warden in the deck to go along with Prosperous Innkeeper. I feel like maybe we could use more combo pieces, but we'll see. We're going to try it straight out of the box and then go from there. I don't think I could handle bald goldfish. I've been bald once in my life. One time, and it was not good. I don't know. I think I've told this story before. One time, never give yourself your own haircut. I had this bright idea that I was going to cut my own hair. So I decided I was going to cut my own hair. And if you've ever tried to cut your own hair, it's not very easy. So it just kept getting shorter and shorter, where you trim some and it doesn't look even, so you got to trim some more. And eventually that led to me being bald. And oh my goodness, I do not look good bald. I do not look good bald. We have a new preview. Ooh, a new curse. Oh my god, this hand's so bad. A new curse. Ooh, all right. This hand actually seems pretty good. A new curse A. All right, let's take a look at this new curse. Esper. Let's just play Esper Sentinel, I guess. Our opponent seems to be a spell deck. You always cut your own hair? Have you ever ended up bald as a result? Curse of Surveillance. 5 mana, enchant a player. At the beginning of enchant a player's upkeep, any number of target players other than that player, each draw cards equal to the number of curses attached to that player. Ooh. That seems like a good commander curse. So basically you curse... Wow. Oh man. That's going to be hilarious on Commander Clash once Tomer's back. Because you know we got to win the card draw war. So I imagine us cursing each other with this. To try to win the card draw battle. In 1v1... So in 1v1, it's basically a... It's basically a Howling Mine that costs 5, unless you get multiple curses. I don't know if that's good or not. You nearly always end up bald. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's sweet if you're playing like an actual curse deck. If you get multiple curses and you're drawing like 2 cards a turn, that's probably worth 5 mana. I don't know, it seems more like a commander card to me than a standard card. Well, Luminarch Aspirant. Keep growing things. Go attacking. We're not really comboing. We're playing like a weird aggro deck at the moment. How many werewolves have we seen in the werewolf set so far? That's a good question. You know what? You know who can answer that for us? That'll be a... Oh my god, still not a lad. Scryfall should be able to answer that. Werewolf. Future standard. How many werewolves are we going to have? Right? Oh boy. That's not many, is it? So here's the werewolves cards that say werewolf too, I guess. Oh, this is a werewolf. So here are the werewolves that are legal in future standard. We have Tovalar, we have 1 rare, 2 rares, werewolf pack leaders sticking around, not many. I actually don't even know if that's enough to build. Is there enough to build a deck yet? It's awkward that these ones are black. I don't think you can go 4-color werewolves. Like, if you want to be straight Gruul, you have what? Naturalist, Tovalar, pack leader that are actual playable cards, and then you got the 4 and 5 mana ones. Hopefully we keep getting more werewolves. It is a little, I guess it's a little awkward that, oh my god, we still can't draw land. Well, alright, let's do this. Counters. Alright, the race is on, I guess. This is very far from Squirrel Twin. They gotta give us enough, right? I think maybe we misunderstood, honestly, what this Innistrad is about. Like, I feel like Wizards kind of sold it as a werewolf. Oh, that's green mana, so it still doesn't let us cast Skyclave. This weird draw is kind of working, though. Mark Twain, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you over here. Thank you. I think changelings are considered cheating. I think that's cheating if you use changelings in your werewolf deck. Opponent kills a mentor. Tap. Are they just giving up? It appears so. Well, sometimes you draw Luminarch Aspirants and that's enough. Speaking of werewolves, I needed your opinion on this, because this actually came up on Twitter today, and we actually got to give Wizards our feedback because they're considering this. So, you know the new werewolves. Hey, what's up, Flan God Fernie? How are you? Good to see ya. Thanks for swinging by. So the new werewolves, they got the day-night mechanic, which is different than the old werewolf mechanic, and that can lead. Where's a werewolf? There's so few of them, I cannot even find one in the. Okay, they have the day-bound, night-bound mechanic. I found one. It's a black one, so it doesn't even work in the werewolf deck, but we found it. They have the day-bound, night-bound mechanic, so they're not exactly the same as the old werewolves. It's very similar, but it's not exactly the same, which means if you build a werewolf commander deck, it's going to be a little bit awkward, because your day-bound, night-bound werewolves are going to flip at times when your old werewolves will not necessarily flip. So it's not like, in the past, all your werewolves would either flip or not flip. They'd all flip together, or none of them would flip. Now you're going to have this scenario where, like, some werewolves will flip, but others will not flip. Do you think it would be worth errata-ing the old werewolves to have day-bound, night-bound? What do you think? Would it be worth considering an errata? So this is something that Mark Rosewater apparently was pushing for at Wizards, was pushing to actually do the errata thing. Other people at Wizards were not as enthused about the idea and basically turned him down. But I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings about whether it's worth it or not. You love the errata idea? Delver and Sander is going to be interesting. Hey, what's up, Sethro? Good to see ya. I mean, I kind of lean towards yes. Like, in the past, we didn't do erratas, and I wouldn't even consider errataing the werewolves. If we were still living in the world where functional erratas were just not a thing that Magic did, then I would say, okay, no, we don't want to do erratas. Like, if that's the standard we live by, hey, Stone Rain, good to see ya. If that's the standard we live by is no erratas, then fine, don't errata the werewolves. On the other hand, that's not the world we live in anymore. We live in a world where companions got errated, so they wouldn't have to be banned, even though I think at least some players, myself included, would have preferred them just to be banned. So they errated companions. They errated a Johnny Pridemate just to make it slightly less clicks on Magic Arena, which is one of the more ridiculous erratas we've had. Like, if the standard is you could change a Johnny's Pridemate just to make it run slightly better on Arena, I gotta imagine that it's okay to errata werewolves to make them functional in Commander, like easier to play in Commander. Oh, so much removal. All right, this is going a little worse than last time, I would say. Ooh, Coco. Huh. Let's Skyclave. You're Sprite Dragon. Temple Garden. Maybe we could just Coco our way into the combo. Pridemate was a May. Yeah, Pridemate was a May. When you gain life, you may put a +1/+1 counter on it. They took away the may, so now you have to put a counter on it, which on one hand, like 99% of the time, well, maybe not 99, but some high percentage of the time, that doesn't really make any difference at all. So some high percentage of the time, it doesn't matter. Ugh. Okay. I don't know if those cards actually save us. Conclave Mentor. Ooh, okay, pass the turn. On the other end, there are situations where it actually does change gameplay. Like, if your opponent has something that's destroy something... Wow, so much removal. Destroy something with X power or greater, then that would play differently. Is Pride Mate still super annoying to play against? I mean, it's probably, I don't know, maybe a little annoying. Okay. Wow, opponents had the most removal that I've ever seen, and we've run a lot of lands. Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of Bone Crusher. Heliod. Well, all that removal is going to make it hard to combo off. Errata werewolves don't affect casual players, and folks who play competitive will know. The erratas are okay, but I feel Wizards should start to errata broken cards, and it would start to feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I mean, there is a drawback, and I do think there is a cost to it. Like, more cards not playing as they are written is a bad thing. So there is a cost to the errata. I guess the question is whether it would be worth the cost. I feel like it might be. Ajani's Strength of the Prize was the original Conjure card. Sweet Lord! I feel like our opponents cast 10... Well, they kind of have cast 10 removal spells. Oh, okay, sure. No. No, not it. Oh my god! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6! Well... It might be hard to combo in this matchup. That is a kind of insane amount of removal from our opponent's deck. Was it just Pride Mate the only errata? Pride Mate was the only errata for arena ease of clicks, I guess. Well, at least Spellbinder. Oh, jeez. Yeah, alright, so we're officially dead. Well, Eldraine. I blame Eldraine, even though it was a removal. Okay, so our opponent's playing all the removal in the world. Literally. Is there anything we can do to stop that? I guess Snakeskin Veil? What do we cut, though? Yeah, I feel like this deck definitely wants Soul Warden. How many lands are in this deck? 23. I feel like this deck definitely wants Soul Warden. I feel like it definitely... Oh, it might have a budget mana base. Definitely wants more basic land... Or more lands. Not basic lands necessarily, but more lands, period. Alright, let's try Snakeskin Veil. Just a person I wanted to talk to. I wanted to submit a list to you and the squad, but I don't know how to submit. Oh, well, here's a... you can always give me a list here on the stream. Probably the best way, though, is just to email it to me. Decks on the stream are great, but they also tend to get lost in the shuffle sometimes. Dragon's Rage channel. Well, land... Prosperous Innkeeper. Attack. About it. Takes it. Alright, alright. I don't know if Paladin class is very good. Well, alright. Snakeskin Veil. Using the mana is a bummer, but I think it's worth it. Alright, come on, lands, please. Opponent passes, not a land. Well, go attacking. Down to 16. Oh, we need a land, we need a land. Yeah, I kind of think that too, that players will intuitively think all the werewolves should work properly. Well, we are right back to the... Maybe Snakeskin Veil's not worth it, because our opponent just has so many removal spells, it's not going to make a difference. It's starting to feel that way, that there's just so much removal, it doesn't really matter. Well, Heliod. Go attacking. Hit ya. Hey, what's up, Deadzone? How are you? Well, alright. Land. How can we go infinite? I guess we Coco. Well, alright. Not home run hits, but we'll take it. Get rid of Dragon's Rage. Gain some life. Grow the Spellbinder. Take a peek. Ooh, Bloodbraid Marauder. That's spicy. I'll take Pyromancer, I guess. No attacks. Wait, what are we getting punted for? Opponent. Oh yeah, I guess we should have just went for it. You're right. Well, all right. You're right. We should have played. We should have played Scurry Oak. That is a. It's been a long spoiler season. It's been a long spoiler season. For some reason, so honestly, no. I'm used to playing the modern version. This is the first time I played this version. The modern version, you have to be able to trigger Scurry Oak, but this version, downside is you need 3 pieces. The upside is if you have Heliod out, Scurry Oak is gonna trigger itself. We do have to change this deck a little bit though. So yes, that is a pun. We might not actually get to see the infinite squirrels because our opponent's scooping. Yes, mana base definitely is budget friendly, I would say. Just not a lot of dual lands. So let's fix that. And then I feel like Soul Warden. Are there any other playable green-white dual lands? There's gotta be. Would prefer not to play any tap lands, but maybe it's still worth it. Well, let's play one. Let's play one temple, I guess. How good do you think Delver is gonna be? How good do you think Delver will be in Standard? I feel like we need Soul Warden. I don't know about these Conclave Mentors. I feel like we go down Conclave Mentors. Go up Soul Wardens to increase our odds of comboing. At least some. Maybe something like that. Discussing it historic Delver and Dragon's Rage Channeler is like kind of frightening. Yeah, no, could you imagine? Wizards intended for them to be together. When they were adding Delver to this set, you know that they knew Brainstorm was going to be in the fore, unless they thought it was getting banned too. But it seems like that was the actual plan. Dragon's Rage Channeler in Delver. Oh. Yeah, I could see playing Ranger Captain. That might be worth it. This is a deck I wanted to submit. Currently 9-3. My only loss to Trickery. Good old Trickery. Ooh, one of the backup decks that I have is actually a Reanimator deck that is actually kind of similar to this. That looks, oh, I haven't tried Doom Necromancer. I actually forgot that was in the format. That looks sweet. Teamer Enigma, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. So what are you most hyped for? What are you most hyped for out of the set? The new op doesn't help flip Delver, though. The new opt is a really good card, but it doesn't do anything with Delver in specific. Alright. Opponent appears to be crimming. Let's see what's going on over there. Fire Prophecy. So we got the Scurryokes. We need a Heliod and a life gain effect. Moonveil Dragon's one of my favorite, too. Northern Vanguard! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, yikes, this hand. Well, I guess we gotta take Nicole Bolas. That's a card that we really can't beat. New zombie is broken. What zombie is broken? Reanimator Commander deck focused on the opponent's graveyard. Ooh. That's kind of a sweet way to play it. I feel like that makes it a little fairer. It's so easy to like, oh, Entomb, Buried Alive, reanimate something busted. But I really like the idea of focusing on your opponent's graveyard to make it a little bit less of that play pattern. I like it, Oboe. You guys really managed. I started off thinking it wasn't that bad, honestly. Like, I was kind of okay, but then Richard and Crib were very like, oh, this card's horrible. And I think I kind of let him talk me. I still don't think it's that bad. It's a 4/4 flyer. Like, that's not horrible. This doesn't even trigger Scurryoke. All right, another Scurryoke. Well, get in there, Scurryoke. Oh, Thoughtseize is so good. Swing for 0. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What Innistrad Midnight Hunt card are you most hyped for? That is a really tough question. Oh, so much removal. I think as of right now, it might be Moonveil Regent. There hasn't been a Panharmonicon. There's a lot of cards that I like and I'm interested in playing, but there hasn't been that one like, oh my goodness, that's the card I'm going to play a million times. That card hasn't come up yet, but we still got a lot of spoilers to go. We're like, what, halfway-ish? Maybe halfway through spoiler season? So we still have a long way to go. So I'm hoping the Panharmonicon comes along at some point. This I think is over. Like, I think we just scoop. Boy, so much removal. So much removal. Yeah, like, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they were so down on Sigarda. Like, I don't think Sigarda is great, but I also don't think it's, like, bad. It's hard for a 4/4... Like, a 4/4 fire for 4. Those are fine stats. I do think that Coven is a pretty questionable mechanic. It reminds me so much of Party. I feel like it has a lot of the same issues. Sweet mother. Sure. Wow, so much removal in this format. Well, that is a downside for Squirrel Twin. Squirrel Twin does not enjoy infinite removal spells, I will say. I don't know how you combo off when your opponent has that much removal, when you need 3 creatures on the battlefield. I'd be down with Zombie-Monicon. Oh yeah, the new Sigarda is nowhere near as good as the original. The original was insane. Have we talked about Delver being spoiled yet? So apparently Delver appears to be the Innistrad reprint that was being hyped. And it is an exciting reprint. Like, Delver is the dominant card all the way back to Legacy. It's a funny card in the sense that it gets worse the closer towards Standard you get. Like, it's insane, best card in Legacy. In Modern, it's like, okay, and not really very good. And then in Standard, we're going to have to wait and see. I expect it'll be good enough for Standard. I'm mostly scared of it in Historic, honestly. I think Historic is Delver and Dragon's Rage Channeler and all the spells that they've added to the format. I feel like that could be a legit deck. Yeah, Delver is being reprinted. New Delver coming to Historic and Pioneer and Standard. So should be interesting. I don't know. What do you think of the art? Who wore it better? I don't know if it's just that I am biased. I don't know if it's just that I'm biased towards older cards, but I kind of lean towards... Oh, you can't even flip it yet. I kind of lean towards the old one. I feel like... I don't know why. I don't know why the old one... It's kind of... I think it's creepier. The old one is, like, legit creepy. That room is so creepy. The new one, it's a little goofier. I don't know. I guess you can see how Magic art has maybe changed over the past decade to some extent. Like, this looks a lot more cartoony to me, like mad scientist little kid cartoon. This looks a little bit more like actual, like, creepy adult horror movie or something. Like, so I mean, they're both fine. No, not meaning to bash either of the art. So the art is fine on both of them. I missed a cheer. Oh no, Van House. Nalakilla. Welcome to the Fishbowl for the 27th. Well, this hand can almost combo. I don't know about the removal issues, but Nalakilla, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Van House, thank you for the cheer. Just a theory sets, but I noticed there's a lot of cards that are being played in Pioneer getting added to Arena. Do you think Wizards, this is Wizards' way of slowly adding cards to the client rather than all at once? Yes-ish. I think that Wizards is slowly working towards it, although I don't think you can get to Pioneer doing it that way. Like, I don't think you can actually get to a playable format just adding a couple cards here and there. I think you got to be able to do more than that. We're going to need a master set. We're going to need remaster sets, something like that, if we actually want Pioneer on the client. But it is nice that they are adding Pioneer cards. Revon for the 3rd month. Just notice the new and repaired headset. Please tell me where you found it. I've been searching for years. I got this one used on eBay. I managed to come across an eBay auction where someone was selling it. So yeah, that's pretty much the only way I get these headsets now, is I gotta scrounge around and try to find a used one somewhere. Come on, no counters, no counters. Okay, but are they just gonna kill all of our stuff? Oh my god. Crim. The old one looks more like a guy just doing his job, accidentally turning himself into a monster, which is scarier. That is definitely scary. Oh, but counters. Oh, is there a way we can do this? So Snakeskin protects us once it gets on the battlefield. It doesn't stop an Archmage Charm. All right, let's... And we need the Innkeeper to live? Oh, this is so bad. How can we do this? I don't think we're literally playing Crim, but this is... Whenever I play against Grixis Control, it makes me think of Crim, because it's very much a Crim deck. MKS MOK for the 3rd month. Thanks for everything you do. Has any legendary creature been spoiled so far that interests you in Commander? Ooh, there's actually a bunch. Well, alright. I guess we gotta, like, I think our best bet is to try to pressure our opponent and put counters on things and eventually force them to tap out is the idea about it. Clearly has another removal spell. So what is the sweetest commander? Tovolar is definitely at the top of the list. Tovolar is the werewolf commander we've been waiting for. It never ends. So Tovolar is exciting. I think as far as new legends, Sigarda, obviously. But no, the Orzhov Angel, is it Lisa? The Orzhov Angel is really cool. Lisa is really neat. Being able to return your non-token creatures and being graveyard hate, that's a really cool commander. Gisa, is also a really interesting commander. Very fair compared to like Turgid, but still being able to steal all your opponent's creatures. I like Jadar for like a sack deck. Sereth is a commander that if it was multicolor, it could be really cool. In mono green, it's going to be probably just like a ramp commander, but if it was in multicolor, you could do some. If it's multicolor, oh, the green black horror is interesting. Ooh, all right, opponent. This might be our window. Opponent getting impatient, expressively iterating, trying to hit land drops, perhaps paying the price. Land. I mean, we're going to play it, and we're going to see what happens. Hopefully it's not a counter. Well, let's play the land, Scurry Oak. Resolves. We gain life. Infinite. Infinite. Oh, try to Eldraine us, will ya? Got him! Alright, there we go. Yes, Squirrel. Yes, Squirrel. Got him. Oh! Through the removal we got there. What is your favorite commander from the set? Hey, what's up, Borderlights? Good to see you. How are you? Sticky Figures is such a funny name for a card. Sticky Figures. There's one thing I wish they changed on that card, which is I wish that Sticky Fingers was star +1, like Tarmogoyf formatting. My concern is its base level is Boneyard Worm. I don't know if you remember Boneyard Worm from original Innistrad. But it's literally Boneyard Worm. And the problem, I tried to play so many Boneyard Worm decks, because it's a cool card. It's a 2-drop that you get creatures in your graveyard, and it's going to be massive. Like, it's such a sweet idea of a card. The problem is, if your opponent Relic of Progenitus, Soul Guide Lantern, Leyline of the Void, anything to eat the creatures from your graveyard, not only do you lose your graveyard, you also lose Sticky Fingers as well. So that is my concern. After playing with a lot of Boneyard Worms, if it was star +1, so with Graveyard Hate it gets bad but it lives, then I would be really hyped for it in Standard. Although, in Standard, I'm imagining you can play a deck with this that is... I don't think we got to change much of anything. I'm imagining in Standard, you can play a deck that's Old Sticky Fingers, Skyclave Shade, Eben Death. I think there's one other Narfi maybe, but you can just play a deck that's all recursive creatures, and then you Old Sticky Fingers, put them all in the graveyard, like make a land drop, replay all your Skyclave Shades. That actually sounds pretty sweet. And if Old Sticky Finger dies, whatever, you already got value out of it. We have a new spoiler alert. What do we have here? Sacred Fire, 2 mana, instant. 2 damage to any target, and you gain 2 life. Flashback of 6. So almost Lightning Helix. Almost, but not quite Lightning Helix. I feel like that's probably still good enough for Standard. I don't think it's great, but yeah, it's a lesser Helix. I don't think it's great, but a 2-mana shock that gains you 2 life, that's not bad. The only thing is a Boros deck might be aggro, and they might not care much about it. It'll be interesting, because we got Frostbite, and Frostbite, as far as killing creatures, is a lot more efficient. That is a sweet card, though. Well, no land, no keep. Well, we'll try. We will give it a go. Llanowar to the bottom. The Temple of Plenty already paying dividends. Boros Bird will be a deck in Standard. What else do we have for Boros Bird? Like, what else do we have that can go with it? Yeah, I don't think it's bad. It's not Helix, but it's not bad. Old Sticky Fingers can be super busted in Commander if you build your deck. Yeah, in Commander, well, in any format, really, if you minimize the number of creatures in your deck, you can kind of control what it puts into play, which is sweet. Wow, he took Luminarch Aspirant? Huh. Alright, Innkeeper. Gain some life, which isn't super relevant. Hit ya. Slightly more relevant. Pass the turn. Opponent. Passing. Well, land. Hit ya. Oh, if we can ever resolve this Coco, we could just win on the spot. Squirrel Heliod would be the win. Opponent passes. Gonna play it safe. Hey Seth, just stopping by for the first time to watch the stream. Let you know I've been running Manaless Dredge deck you featured ever since I saw it. Keep up the good work. What format, Emerald? Legacy or Modern? That is a really hilarious deck. Opponent passing. So, how good do you think Standard's gonna be? Go to combat. Attack you. Temple of Plenty. Scry. Like, are we through the bad? Are we through the bad times of Standard? Have we officially made it out the other side where Standard's going to be awesome? And does it even matter? Does anyone care about Standard anymore? Or has it been too long and no one cares? Oh, the Salvit. Yeah, that deck is sweet. That deck is super unique. Opponent. Bloodchief's Thirst. And passes. Well, go to combat, attack you. Innkeeper. Maybe we could just piece this together by not casting the Coco and making our opponent leave their mana up forever. I had a Dwarves deck in Standard almost ready to go, then COVID happened. I think Goldspan's going to be alright. I don't think Goldspan is going to destroy the format. Now, let's Spellbinder. See if we can get a peek and know what we're trying to play around. So you can Sticky Fingers with 0 with Self-Mill Jason play and win on the spot in a deck with 1 copy of Fingers and no other creatures. Mystical Dispute. Alright, sure. Well, untap land. Go attacking. Opponent down to 8. The halflings are getting there. Wait, no. So you... what is this combo? So you can Sticky Fingers with 0, on 0, with Self-Mill Jason play, and win on the spot in a deck with 1 copy of Fingers and no other creatures. Wait. Is that correct? I don't think that's right. Where's your old Sticky Fingers? Because the rest go on the bottom, right? Put all the creature cards in your graveyard, the rest on the bottom in a random order. So if you cast it, I think I'm missing, either I'm missing something or I don't think that works. Because I think, so if you cast Sticky Fingers, what's going to happen, let's say you cast it X1, you're going to reveal cards to you hit a creature. The creature goes, yeah, it's not quite a Hermit Druid or whatever. Not quite that busted. Ooh, Scurry Oak. Alright, well, go to combat. Attack you. I mean, sooner or later, our opponent's going to have to do something. Because they're taking the halfling beats. What do you think of a deck in Standard that plays Sereth and Finn? Oh, I mean, I think the problem isn't... Alright, Prismari Command. Okay. I mean, giving everything Death Touch is definitely helpful for Finn. I think if you back it up, maybe... My first thought was to play like a Trample deck, because Trample interacts really well with Death Touch. So maybe you can play like a Trample Finn hybrid. That might be the way to go. So you have the possibility of the Finn kill, and you also have the Trample kill. And you can even play the power doubling enchantment. interesting. Okay. I think we pay. Gain a life. Take the Archmage Charm. Pass the turn. Whew, gonna be close. Gonna be close. Yeah, we could have Coco'd instead, although I kind of feel like this is better. We're doing a good job of pressuring, so we're going to make it so our opponent can't just keep sitting on mana forever. And then we're going to resolve the Coco and just win, hopefully. Wow, full price Bloodchief's Thirst. Well, we're definitely going for it now. Coco. Oh my god! Wow. Betrayed by the magic gods. Yeah, I mean, now we don't have a choice but to just run everything out. Oh no! Oh, wow, that was so... We're gonna lose because of that. That is frightfully unlucky with the amount of creatures we got in our deck. I think we have a ton. So 33. I think we have 33, right? I guess maybe slightly less after sideboarding because we brought in a couple snakeskin veils, so like 31. Opponent, Fire Prophecy. Draws a new card. Out Luminarch Aspirant. Gain a life. If they draw a Wrath, I'm gonna be so sad. Hit ya. People just don't want to see the squirrels. I don't know why everyone hates the squirrels so much about it. They can steal the Esper Sentinel, but that doesn't let them win unless they have something else. Or doesn't let them not die. Archmage's Charm. We draw another Skirster. Land. Please die. Heliod would do it. Oh! Wow! We got there. Somehow. I mean, the odds are like 80, probably 85%, something like that. Like with over 30 creatures, I think you're like 80 plus percent to it too. So it's not good to only get one, but it's also not like 1 in thousands or something. So I think standard as a format depends on the sets rounding out what the sets rounding out the format brings. All it takes is an Oko level card to absolutely dominate the format, or even a Bone Crusher level card. I mean, Bone Crusher might be worse than Oko, honestly. The most frustrating cards, I think, are the Bone Crusher cards. At least Oko just breaks everything to such an extent that they just ban it. Bone Crusher, it dominated the format for 2 years. Same with Lovestruck Beast, but it was never so good that we could talk Wizards into banning it. It was good enough to make the format really miserable, but not good enough to get the banning. Hey, what's up, Marvel? How are you? Throne of Eldraine it is an absurd set. I was thinking that the other day. I was playing Historic and ran into the Sacrifice deck, and Mayhem Devil is what, the 30th best card in Eldraine or something, if you consider all the ban cards. Like, it's pretty far down the list of Eldraine cards. And it's like the most important card in a top tier deck in a non-standard format. It's kind of ridiculous. Where am I looking at spoilers? MTGpreviews.com. We have a page over there. Oh, am I just... Well, good thing we brought that up on stream, because now I can edit that part out of the video. I'm sorry. It's been a long spoiler week. No, yeah, it's good call, chat. I will accept a pun for that one. Set pun. About it. I'm sure it'll get edited out. It'll be fine. The YouTubes will not yell at me. Yeah, I think that's Ken Oven are from Eldraine. So how was everyone's weekend? Anyone do anything sweet for the long weekend? Other than enjoy Innistrad spoilers? I mean, War was a pretty broken set too. Field of Dead, also Eldraine. Jason Mind Sculptor. The set was insane. Jason Mind Sculptor, Oko, Mayhem Devil, Skull Clamp. I don't know what Wizards was thinking, honestly. In Standard, all together? Omnath, yep, Omnath 2. Mind Twist. Little Mind Twist action in there. I'm gonna tell my kid that this was from Eldraine. That would be a pretty good Magic meme. Did we get to draw 2? Alright, opponent pays 1. Well, the time is now. Well, the time might have been better later. Double Spellbinder is something, though. And Squirrels, here they come. What you got in that hand, opponent? Squirrel, Squirrel. Creativity. Also, creativity. Yes. 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 Yes, yes, yes. Aetherworks Marvel, Tolarian Academy. Memory Jar. I think Memory Jar was in there. Necro. What a set. What a set. Well, hopefully there's no Anger of the Gods. That would be disappointing. I really want to hit the combo, but I guess we will... Oh, to 1! Oh, there was so many ways we could have won there. About it. I guess Anger of the Gods doesn't matter. Tap land. Death. Alright. Alright, those were better Cocos. Soul Ring. I mean, seriously, though, despite the Mayhem Devil punt, which we're not going to talk about anymore, like, the set, it really is kind of absurd how many good cards come from that set. Is Innistrad going to be a block of sets? So Innistrad is going to have 2 sets. We're going to have Innistrad Midnight Hunt and then Innistrad Crimson Vow, with Crimson Vow coming out in November, so just a couple of months after the first one. Let's Paladin class. Ooh, if it was not cast, oh, we can get him. That would, getting a Sarah's Emissary with Containment Priest would be so sweet. That would be the sweetest. Yeah, maybe we go 2 Deccan Stones. 2 Deccan Stones, 2 Containment Priests. Not having any core sets makes me a little bit nervous, honestly. I figured Wizards learned that we needed core sets, but maybe they've solved the problem. Containment Priest does stop Coco. Ronald Grinder, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. That's better. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Huh. How do we want to do this? Yeah, let's put... Yeah, we'll put one... Put one Aspired to the bottom. Keep the Scurry Oak. Because last time we didn't have core sets in Standard, things went pretty badly. So I'm a little nervous about no core sets. Like, they drop core sets. Spiky McChicken, or Spiky McChicken, Spicy McChicken. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the upside of core sets is a place they can just add random cards regardless of flavor, basically. Like, if you need Pithing Needle's a bad example because we just got a Pithing Needle, but like random color hosers to improve the standard format, or Pithing Needles or Doomblade, whatever doesn't fit the flavor and themes of the rest of the planes, you can just dump it in the core set. Or maybe the best example is like, oh, this tribe needs a lord. Like, we're going to be putting goblins later. We can print Hobgoblin Bandit Lord and just stick it in the set and things like that. So that's the big upside, I think, of core sets. Or Ugins, yes. I'm mostly nervous because last time they got rid of core sets, it didn't go very well. And then they brought him back, but then they took them away again, apparently. Dragging Bones, 1 year werewolf resub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So wait. What happens if we Coco into Containment Priest? Does it exile itself? I've never played Containment Priest in a Coco deck before. There's no way. That would be the most awkward. Yeah, they gotta be putting the rest of the Triomes in New Caverna. They gotta be. Triome's such a good land cycle. I hope they do. Okay, that's a relief. Well, I guess that's our plan, because they're gonna... Well, Yeah. Alright, let's just do it. Well, Spellbinder Innkeeper. I guess that's something. This does still mean creativity is going to be coming at some point. We're going to have to find a way to beat it. Do you think we'll get Pain lands back in Dominaria? I don't know. Alright, here comes the creativity. Here comes Sarah's Emissary. Presumably naming creatures. We have a noodle, dear. Alright. Scurryoak. It is naming creatures. Luminarch Aspirant. This card is so busted. So. I don't know what we do about this. From Lucid! A $2 donation. Core sets are also helpful because they help you posture and can be fashionable. Oh, indeed. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know how we beat us here. I guess we got to draw the deck in stone, but we can go infinite here and it doesn't matter. Like, we go infinite, we still lose. I mean, I guess technically if we gain infinite life, eventually we can find our Declaration in stone and kill the Sarah's Emissary, but opponent kills the Innkeeper. Goes attacking. Hell, we needed that Containment Priest. That Coco betrayed. The Cocos have been pretty bad. Scurryoak. Sure, why not? I'm honestly not sure adding Sarah's Emissary to Historic was a good thing. Make a useless squirrel. No attacks. 42 versus 46. Potato David! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean... Alright, kills our stuff. I think the deck in stone is still our main win con, just like killing the Emissary. Gaining infinite life and trying to mill them out. I don't think we can gain enough on Arena is the problem. In paper, that would work. On Arena, there's no way we can gain... What do we need? Like 40 times 7? That's a lot of life to stay alive enough turns. Well, Innkeeper. Tap land. 1 turn for the deck in stone. Maybe. Actually, we don't even have 1 turn. We're just dead. Yeah. Well, that's a thing. That's a thing that happens in Historic. So in theory, we gain infinite life. So in paper, that would work. It doesn't, unfortunately, work on Arena. Because infinite on Arena is actually like, I don't know, 50? Something like that. Moto has the same issue to a lesser extent. I think the biggest difference is community norms. On Moto, there's a very strong norm that if your opponent goes infinite, you concede to them. And that's basically what everyone does. And if you don't do that, the community is going to... And Moto also has chat, so you can interact with your opponents. But if you don't do that, you're likely going to get shamed by the community until you do start doing it. So I think that's the biggest difference. When on Arena, I don't feel like there's as strong of a norm towards... I don't think there's as strong of a norm towards scooping to your opponent. Hey, thank you, Vihas. How much would I have to donate for you to say that Tron is the greatest deck ever and you wish Wizards would put it in Standard? I think technically you just got me to say it. If you really think about it, technically. How do we want to do this? I mean, I guess we just work towards the combo, Heliod. Opponent, hovering on their clue. Removal. Well, we got the Scurry Oak. That means we could theoretically go infinite if we find Soul Warden or Innkeeper. Opponent, tap land. Passes. I don't play a land as per Sentinel. As per Sentinel. Well, at least we can draw some cards as we die. Did I ever tell you I finished my all-common commander deck? I know we were talking about building it, but it's all done now. And sleeve, it costs less than $50, including sleeves. Ooh, what is the theme? I remember you mentioning it before. What was the commander you were building around? Some people hate when their opponent scoops to the combo because they want to see all the animations play out. I wonder if that's true of something like the Squirrel twin combo, though, because it's all the same. It's just like the same loop over and over and over again. So I wonder if people actually are against scooping to that one, too. I mean, I don't know. From a competitive perspective, I appreciate people scooping, but there's certainly times when I'm playing like a janky against odds deck that I would like to see the combo play out. And then the opponent scoops and I feel bad about it, so I guess it goes both ways. Ooh, Joven, that's spicy. What do you think about the new Innistrad set? Honestly, I love it. Feels like old Innistrad. Yeah, that's basically where I'm at too. Now let's play Scurry Oak. Go to combat. Attack. Lifelink. Yeah, that's basically where I'm at, too. I feel like new Innistrad is looking a lot like the original Innistrad, and that was, here it comes. And that was by far the best Innistrad. I mean, Shadows over Innistrad was okay, but it couldn't live up to the original, so I'm super hyped about... Oh, God. I'm super hyped about the new one, just because it does seem to go back to Innistrad's roots. Llanowar Elves. Well, alright. Llanowar, go. Pass the turn. I will scoop to any combo. If they get the luck of getting it, I anti-giving them the pleasure of conceding. I wish the art was close. Oh, dear. I wish the art was closer to the original. Well, here's the other way. Boy, I feel like we're just... It's all Crim decks. Teferis, Grixis Control. We are 2-0, but, geez, 100% Crim action. Can we draw Declaration and still kill the Teferi? No, even more... Well, I guess we can still kill the Teferi, probably. Good old Lair of the Hydra. Well, fire it up. everything at Teferi. Our opponent might have forgot about the Lair of the Hydra. What do you think of Pithing Needle in Standard? I think it's necessary. It's basically just Sorcerer Spyglass. As far as power level, it's very similar. I think Pithing Needle is generally like slightly more powerful, but in Standard, they're very close to being the same. So I think it's good that it exists. I'm a big fan of having like safety valve type cards, and Pithing Needle's a card that can make sure that a Planeswalker doesn't get too out of control or whatever, so. And I don't think anything changes, because we've already had all the Sorcerer Spyglasses floating around, so. Opponent hits us. Makes a Sarah's Emissary. And we scoop it up. Wow, named Sorcery. Even more lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess we can attack, can't we? We'd make this a 7/7 with Llanowar. Alright. Well, Lair of the Hydra. Hit ya. Opponent takes it. Down to 10. We're drawing this Heliod, though, that doesn't do anything. Rules question: if you Pithing Needle a Pithing Needle, if you Pithing Needle and name Arlen's front side, can your opponent still use Arlen's backside? Ooh. I want to say the answer is yes, but I could be wrong. I think we could actually. I wonder if we can look this up, or if anyone knows the... Does anyone know the actual answer? Because Pithing Needle refers to the card's name. So I assume that because it's a different name, it wouldn't actually work.
You know what?
Yeah, like, that's what makes sense. Is there anything about the rulings? Wow, there's a lot of rulings about transforming, aren't there? Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure, but I assume that that is correct. Well, I guess we don't even need to go that far, do we? We need to kill Teferi. So make this a 5/5. Attempt to kill Teferi. Oh, this is actually tough. I wonder if we just got to go face. I feel like the odds of this working are like 0%, but we could go face and try to win that way. Pithing Needle has all kinds of weird situations. Yeah, I guess we killed Teferi. About it. Alright, Teferi down.
I'll have a better plan next time.
Yeah, I mean, we're losing anyway. If they got Lightning Helix, then we die quicker, perhaps. But, alright. Heliod, opponent says, good game. Lightning Helix, untaps. Lightning Helix. Sarah's Emissary. Well, that is two Helixes. Hey, what's up, Boodle? How are you? Yeah. If that was the new Helix, would we have lived? Still no. Could you use Questing Beast to force damage through Sarah's Emissary by making damage dealt not be prevented? Yes. Bone Crusher might be the easiest way to do it, actually. But yes, things that prevent damage from being prevented do get around Sarah's Emissary on creature. What do you think about the new board wipe? The new board wipe is the best board wipe in the history of Commander. Like, it seriously is. Hey, welcome, Boodle. Good to have you. Like, it's the best, right? Is there even an argument? Give me your best argument on it not being the best Wrathing Commander. Because I really can't think of a good one. The only, like, tiny bit of reasonable argument I could see is it doesn't deal with regenerating creatures. Although, in the current era, I don't think that matters. It's been years. Like, what are you worried about regenerating in Commander? Your opponent's playing Thrun or something? Like, there's not much that regenerates. It's going to be 2 mana most of the time. By the time you want to cast a Wrath, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Like, better than Wrath of God, better than Day of Judgment, better than all the other creature-only Wraths. I don't know if I would say it's better than Wraths that can... Oh, that's a lot of lands. I don't know if I would also say it's better than Wraths that can also hit... non-creatures. What do you think of it versus, like, a Steward Commander Cleansing Nova? That's where it gets a little bit more questionable. Well, Esper Sentinel. Tap land. Yeah, that's kind of where I think it's the best creature-only Wrath, but I do think there's still a place for Wraths that can deal with non-creatures. I actually think the Hour of Revelation is kind of overrated. I feel like my experience with Hour of Revelation is hitting all non-land permanents is interesting. Hitting all non-land permanents is often actually a drawback. There's been a lot of decks where... What is going on over there? There's been a lot of decks where I've considered playing it and just end up not playing it purely because I don't want to blow up my own artifacts and enchantments. So that's kind of the issue I have with Hour of Revelation. Not that it's bad, but I feel like there's a reason you don't play Planar Cleansing all the time or whatever. Like, blowing up all creatures is different than blowing up everything. Hey, what's up, Judas? I'm doing well. How are you today? I don't land. Going to combat. Opponent might have Coco. About it. Takes it. Pass the turn. No Coco. Okay. Bluffing Coco. Alright, Thrag does. Sweet. This has got to be some sort of... There's got to be some sort of, like, Blink deck, I guess. Soul Herder? Well, Lair of the Hydra. Go to combat. Attack, attack, attack. About it. Sundrak! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now gain some life, gain some life. Opponent gets some tokens. Counters on the Dorks. It's a big Esper Sentinel. Opponent is not paying the 1. Ooh, we got a new card. All right, let me see if I can find the new card. So where do you think this ranks as far as power level of sets in Standard? I kind of feel like Innistrad's going to be the most powerful, right? I would say Zendikar and Innistrad would be my picks for the most powerful. Well, Soul Warden. I guess that's it. Actually, maybe we run this out. Well, all right, let's pass. Oh, if they get to start blinking this, it's so bad. The new card is Duel for Dominance. 1 and a green. Instant. Coven. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you go control 3 or more creatures with different powers, put a +1/+1 counter on chosen creature, and then fight. Oh my god. I really dislike Coven. Coven is like... It's clunky, and it's wordy, and it doesn't do much. Like, it's taking a whole paragraph to put a single +1/+1 counter on something. Dual Dominance, limited card, I guess. We got, like, Blizzard Brawl and stuff. I don't feel like... Instant Speed is an upside, but I don't know if it's enough of an upside to make me consider... switching. All right, opponent has a Wrath. Hey, what's up, dog? Good to see you. Opponent passes. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's Luminarch Aspirant. Innkeeper Spellbinder. Get some triggers. Grow some dorks. Take the Revelation. Grow the Spellbinder. Pass the turn. So opponents just like ban stuff? Banned Magic the Gathering cards? Popped into the MD Magic Rules chat. Each side of a double-faced card has its own name, so you have to Pithing Needle them individually. Wow, do they top deck another Wrath? Okay, so that makes sense. That's kind of what we thought. Really? Well, that's an unfortunately good top deck. I'll fire up the Hydra. Lifelink the Hydra. Hit ya. Put a counter on the Hydra. At least Hydra doesn't die to a Wrath. So you got a Pithing Needle and then, like, clone your Pithing Needle somehow. Well, Lair of the Hydra. Go to combat. Attack you. Wow. All right. Sure. Interesting. Hi. I think Coven could actually have been better. Yeah, opponents' top decks have been kind of insane. Like, pretty over the top good. Well, we'll see. We might lose as a result. Skyclave. Opponent gets to gain some life. Helia the Aspirant. Lair of the Hydra. Counter on the Aspirant. Go attacking. Opponent back down to 15. Counter on the Aspirant. Would be nice if we could just combo off. We need a Coco to find multiple pieces. Opponent. When will this site update the historic meta? Ooh, is the historic meta not updated? I'll have to ask Richard. It should be updating. I don't know if there's been many tournaments. I would have to look into it. I don't think there's been any big tournaments. Well, play Esper Sentinel. About it. Think twice. Okay. That turns on Heliod. Lair the Hydra. Go to combat. Counter out his pirate. Attack, attack, attack. What is this deck our opponent's playing? Maybe it's Bant Control? The combo is, it's a Scurry Oak combo deck. Squirrel Twin, a Restoration Angel. Sure, doesn't really do much. About it. Chumps. Whoa, does this mean they drew another Wrath? Oh no. I don't think my heart can take Wrath 3. Thanks for the great hour-long video on how to play Moto. Loved it and helped a bunch. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to have to update that at some point, but I'm glad it's still helpful. And I think it's still fairly up-to-date. I think the most recent one was last year, so it shouldn't have changed too much. About it, scoops it up. All right. Blant, it's like a very control-y Bant deck. Well, Containment Priest in. That could get him. Yeah, I don't know about this sideboard. The sideboard is... Well, I guess it's not horrible. I don't know about the the Conclave Mentor. I feel like Convent is a bad version of the Boros mechanic of Battalion. Even that wasn't a good mechanic, but I feel like that's Wizard's idea. Yeah, I really don't understand. The idea. Like, I get the idea. The idea is you got a bunch of creatures and they make each other better. It just feels very underpowered to me. So the flavor's fine. And I guess it's like, you know, coming together, you got multiple creatures, sure, like and if you got a bunch and they're all different and diverse, they improve each other. Like, the flavor of it's fine. Just as far as gameplay, maybe it's that the payoff just doesn't seem enough for the work that you got to go through. Like, a lot of them are, you get a single counter on something or draw a card. It feels like for the amount of work you got to do, maybe it's because I'm comparing it to Party. And it reminds me the most of the Party mechanic. And the Party mechanic was so difficult to keep multiple creatures on the battlefield that we'll see what happens after rotation, but it's never really taken off because of that. And I feel like we're going to have the same kind of issue with Coven. Yeah, it's probably good in Limited. Oh, speaking of Limited, what do you think of the... Hey, thanks for stopping by, Judas. Good to see you. What do you think of the argument that they can't errata the werewolves because of original Innistrad Limited? Is that actually a concern? To me, that feels a little weird because Innistrad's like a decade ago, and Innistrad's a great format. Innistrad is one of my favorite formats, but that was the most... So when we were talking about errating the werewolves, it's something that came up on Twitter today a little bit. Errating the old werewolves to have the day-night mechanic to make them all function the same. The most common argument against that was you can't do that because that'll mess up original Innistrad Limited. And original Innistrad Limited was a great format. It is one of the best draft formats, but it's a decade old. Boxes are like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I feel like that's a pretty small concern at this point. I mean, we already did it with old slivers and new slivers. Sometimes old cards won't work the same. That's true. I think my concern with werewolves is... All right. My concern with werewolves in specific is that Wizards is obviously trying to make this a commander deck. Like, the original... Wow, boy. This mana situation is becoming a problem. The whole story of Werewolf Commanders, where originally they didn't print any Werewolf Commanders, then they printed Ulrich, which everyone rightly, kind of hated on because it wasn't very good or exciting. And so they finally printed a good Werewolf Commander. I feel like one of their biggest goals... I feel like one of their biggest goals from this set is to finally make Werewolf's Commander decks. And Werewolf Commander decks are just going to be really, really bad to play. Like, I think that's the problem. They're going to be very clunky to play. Yeah, so our opponent's actually just like a hardcore control deck by the looks. Thragtusk. Well, we finally drew a land, which is nice. Elite Spellbinder. Trigger. Take. Restoration Angel. I mean, I think we're fine. We've got off to an incredibly slow start, but I feel like we're still going to be fine here. Opponent goes attacking. No blocks for now. I would love to get this Thragtusk with a Containment Priest. That would be pretty sweet. Dogga Myth with the gift sub to Super Will. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Seth, imagine a Coven card that gives permanents you control hexproof and indestructible if you met the conditions. But apart from Coven, it isn't good. I mean, the party cards at least had big payoffs. Some of them had pretty big payoffs. They're very hard to get to the payoff, but they did have pretty big payoffs. All right, how can we do this? Go to combat, attack. Well, resto. And no attacks past the turn. Opponent, no attacks. Goes to combat. Well, now we will block. Opponent doesn't care about blinking the Thragtusk. All right, Thragtusk dies. Do you think the new Lightning Helix will see play in Standard? I think it could see some play. I don't think it's like super strong. 2 damage for 2 mana is kind of medium. But I think it's good enough that it can see play, and I think Flashback is a big deal. I imagine it's a card that's gonna kill some people by surprise. Hanging out in the graveyard. Huh. We already got a Heliod. Let's go Innkeeper and Spellbinder. Get a bunch of triggers, get another peek, see what's going on. Is it possible for the rules committee to house rule the old werewolves to day and night bound? Oh, they have a wrath too. I don't think so. It's certainly possible for your playgroup to do that, but there's not really any precedent for the rules committee to be like, all right, as a format, we're all going to play these cards in a different way. That's not something that we've ever seen before. Wow, we're like a mana away from going infinite. Not that going infinite really matters because our opponent has the Wrath. So we go infinite and then still end up getting Wrathed, but hey, what's up, T-Bunker? How are you? Opponent. Goes attacking. Sure, we will take it. I wish Trickery would get banned because I'm so sick of losing turn 4 because I'm not playing counter spells. We're gonna, after this game, we're gonna build the Troll the Trickery player deck. Is it still like a huge percentage of the meta Blade Jackal in best of 1? Alright, opponent. Deputy of Detention. Sure. Hits our Heliod. Well, play a Plains. Skyclave. Go after the deputy. Wow, opponent just lets it go. Interesting. Well, I mean, I guess we go infinite. This doesn't... Actually, this is going to be enough. With 2 innkeepers, this works, right? 2 innkeepers. Sure. And post groups it up. 2 innkeepers, we get to put 1 on the oak and 1 on... We make all of our creatures infinitely big, essentially. All right. We're kind of... It's kind of working. Silly Tybalt tricks are for kids. That is a good name for it. Is it too late to get into Arena, or should I wait for September card rotation? So Black Fire, I would say it's not too early. What I would do, is focus on Standard 2022 for the next couple of weeks. So essentially, they have an event, Standard 2022, which is essentially Standard that's already been rotated. And you can even find there's some like articles with tier rankings and the metagame and so forth for Standard 2022. So what you don't want to do is join Arena and go to the store or whatever and start buying a bunch of sets that are about to rotate, because Eldraine, Ikoria, Theros Beyond Death, and M21, those are only going to be illegal for like another week. We're super close to rotation. But if you want to get a head start, everything from Innistrad up to Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, that's all going to be in the format for another year. You can play that stuff in Standard 2022. So I don't think you got to avoid joining Arena. You just have to avoid buying the sets that are rotating. Mango made Trickery best of 3 playable. I mean, is it? I know Mango was working on it, but is it actually like really good? I never run into it. I play it, if I ever play best of 1, I play it like crazy. If I play best of 3, I never play it. All right, so how do we hose Trickery? We have one goal in this deck, and that is to hose Trickery and other combo decks. So we're going to best of 1. Our goal is to troll Trickery players by essentially playing a deck that they cannot beat. And we're probably going to lose to everything else, or most everything else. But if we play Trickery like 50% of the time, it'll still be worth it. Even if we play it like 20% of the time, it'll still be worth it just to send a message. So what are the cards we want to add to this deck? Archon of Emeria. Okay, that's a good one. I'll buy that. I don't want to be a control deck. That's the only other thing I would say. I don't want to be. You could just play hardcore control and try to counter their stuff. That doesn't really appeal to me. So I don't want to do hardcore control, even though that is a good plan for beating Trickery. I would rather play like hosers that just get them. Drannith Magistrate. And the cards get even more consideration if they do something in other matchups. Even though our goal is to beat Trickery, it would be nice if we occasionally beat other things too. Thalia. Thalia's a good one. What is there? Huh. The other decks we see are other forms of combo decks. Like Reanimator combo decks. What can we play to host the Reanimator decks? Mana? Alright, we got Mana Tithe. You sold me. You sold me on the Mana Tithe. Lavinia. What does Lavinia actually do? Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with mana value greater to the number of lands the player controls. If an opponent casts a spell and no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Okay, so that does hate on... If we want to go into blue, that does hate on... Ooh, Deafening Silence is a good one. Meddling Mage. So are we just gonna be like a blue-white hate bear deck? Elliot Spellbinder is pretty good. Good enough. Gideon's... I do love Gideon's Intervention. So what other decks do we gotta be afraid of? Like, what else do we run into in this format that we gotta be worried about? I feel like we're heading in a good direction to hose Trickery. Vesperlark. So some sort of graveyard hate. Boy, do we play main deck Grafdigger's Cage, or is there something better than Grafdigger's Cage? Elves? I got an answer for that. Settle the Wreckage combined with the GG emote. Unbeatable. Unbeatable. What's the one drop? This is Mana Tithe. Containment Priest? Actually, that seems good. Because that hits on the Reanimator combo decks, too. Spell Queller's not on Arena yet. Man, we're going to get wrecked by... We're going to get wrecked by creature aggro decks, but that's fine. So I guess the question... Do we need to be in blue? Do we need to be in blue, or can we just be mono white? Do we need Lavinia and Meddling Mage? Rest in peace? Yeah, it seems like as we add cards, we are ending up looking a bit human. A slight bit human. Not intentionally, it just kind of worked out that way. Leyline for Shamans. Leyline could be good. Authority to the Consoles. Yeah, our clock is not very fast. Queller's gotta be coming, I think. I think it's gotta be. Yeah, we do need a way to actually close out the game, probably. I guess Resto's good. If we can find room for it, because Resto... Actually, maybe we just go mono white. Like, maybe we're okay without... What if we just go mono white? Resto can blink our hate pieces. We probably don't need 4 Gideon's Interventions. Or 4 Settle the Wreckages. And then... Oh, yeah, I guess Resto with Containment Priest is a non-bow, isn't it? So basically just, like, all the tax stuff. I mean, this seems like it would hose some people. Oh, Skyclave, we... Yeah. So we're basically like mono white taxes. Yeah, I guess we could try to be mono white humans. How many of these are humans? Human, human, not human. So we could be like... I guess that would give us a faster clock. Maybe we're like a mono white human tax deck. Maybe so. Blade Splicer's losing a little of its appeal as we make these changes. Paladin class could be decent. Do we have a win con, or is trolling its own victory? I mean, I guess our win con is going to be looking like it's going to be Thalia's lieutenant, most likely. We do have to cut some cards, though. Cut. Still going to get wrecked by elves, I think. Maybe go 3 mana ties. 3 Thalias. This deck. All right, let's try this. Let's try this build, and then maybe we'll change it and try the blue-white build. And then we can add creature lads. So snow-covered plains. Oh, actually, we could play the Angel Lock. Yeah, Castle Ardenvale is probably worth it. Castle Ardenvale. We could play whatever the white creature land is. It's not bad. Yeah, maybe we can cut 1 land. It's best of 1, so they're supposed to give us a good hand, right? That's the way best of 1 works. And then we can play another Mana Tithe. Eh? Alright, let's try it. Take number 1. And then we can go even more extreme if we need to. What are our odds of playing against Trickery, though? We could play Book of Exalted Deeds. Do you ever play the midweek challenges in Historic Artisan this week? I honestly would love a permanent queue. So what is Historic Artisan? That's only commons and uncommons, right? Abash. I don't think Abash is a Trickery deck. You cannot play... Oh, no. You cannot play Abash in a Trickery deck. This might be bad news. Snow-covered plains go. About it. Unless you put in enough rare mythics, you won't see enough Trickery because cheating algorithm. I don't think it works that way, does it? The Mana Tithe is ready. Unfortunately, they can't play 2-drops. Alright, I think we're gonna try to counter. We're gonna try to counter a 3-drop here. Wow, Cycles Hollow One. Alright, sure. Yeah, Tithe, it's either insane or it's horrible. There's no middle ground. Yeah, I think in ranked, I don't think the amount of rares in your deck should matter. In unranked, I think it does matter. Ooh, Benelish Marshal? Benelish Marshal could be sweet. We do have Thalia's Lieutenant. About it. Hits us. Oh, Skyclave, Apparition. I feel a good game coming. Alright. Bonded Courier. Down. I don't know if they're playing around the Tithe or they just have had a awkward draw. They can't play any 2-mana spells. So they must have a lot of 3s, but then they had the tap lands, so they couldn't play a 3. They have all tap lands. We're on mono white at the moment, although we'll see. We could switch to blue white. That was the other color combination we considered. Opponent, pretty fine with that. Opponent gets back a 1/1 and plays a hollow one. Well, Elite Spellbinder. Take the Seasoned Pyromancer. Well, we'll see. Seasoned Pyromancer is so good. Hollow One's a problem. We can't even Skyclave Apparition it. Spike Field Hazard, sure. I mean, Dalver was good in Standard last time around. About it. But it also had a lot of really good support pieces. Like, last time around, it had Snapcaster Mage. It had Ponders and Preordains. So, it's probably going to be somewhat worse this time, I would assume. Well, yeah, this is not the matchup we were hoping for. About it. Adepts. In Historic, I think it'll be really good. Mana Tithe? Mana Tithe value? Wow, they're not even going to go for it. Okay. Well. Got him sort of. Oh, this does mean our Mana Tithe's not going to do anything, though. And we give him a ton of lands. Best Historic Human colors. I think white and black. So white is number 1. And then black might be number 2. Well, I guess we should have played Thalia first, since we're not going to be able to Mana Tithe. Well, okay. This is not going to do what our opponent hopes. They're going to discard this Fiery Temper and, yeah, learn a lesson. Sure. Learn a little lesson about the Archon as we die here. Opponent. Wondering why they can't cast it. Reading Archon of Emeria. Oh, and I mean, we're still losing by a mile, but we're gonna try to cast something else. Gets in with Avash. Avash is so good; it's so much damage. Archon is really annoying to play against. Hits us for a budge. Again, tries to cast this. Still has not learned the Archon lesson. All right, there we go. There we go. More lands. The problem is we just can't deal with this Abash. This Abash is just ruining our day. About it. Unholy Heat. Well, I think we're pretty dead. No attacks. Spike field. Alright. Yeah. Sure. I mean, we can attempt to trade with the Abash with a land and Containment Priest. But then our opponent still gets to refuel with Seasoned Pyromancer. So even if this works, it doesn't really work. I mean, it's the only slight chance we have, but... Alright, trade our board for this Abash. This Abash did some serious work. How do you feel about Unholy Heat? I played against it a lot this last FNM. Came out feeling red shouldn't have 1 mana instant remove any creature. I think that's a... I think that is an interesting question. Not sure how I feel about it, honestly. It's a strong spell. It's certainly a good Magic card. Do we want red to just be able to kill anything at any time? I'm actually not sure. Like, that's kind of the colors are blurring together. I feel like it's kind of similar to how I feel about Feed the Swarm. Although not as extreme, but it is a similar feeling where red, normally the drawback of red, or one of the drawbacks of red, is that it is not good at dealing with big creatures. It's good at dealing with smaller creatures. Oh, we might get to manitize this. We might get to manitize this Seasoned Pyromancer. It's not good at dealing with It's not good at dealing with big creatures. The upside is red's removal gets to go face, which is a pretty meaningful upside. Yeah. Yeah, this one's pretty over. Well, this is not the... We didn't build this deck to compete with mono red aggro. And it's showing. And our opponent has played very effectively around these Manitize entire game somehow. Alright, sure. Let's go to the next one. So yeah, I'm kinda concerned about that. I don't know, like, what do you think? Would Magic be better? I feel like there's a bit of a battle for the soul of Magic right now. I feel like there's a battle for the soul of Magic, and I guess I don't know the answer. So here's the question. Would Magic be better if every color could do everything? Because I feel like that's slowly the direction that we're heading. And as someone who's played for a while, my gut reaction is the color pie is important and that colors shouldn't be able to do everything. On the other hand, it's frustrating sometimes. If you're a new player and you're playing mono red and your opponent plays a Elder Gargaroth and you lose to it, you could be frustrated. Who knows? Like, maybe you're frustrated. Maybe you'd go and write an angry post on Arena about how mono red aggro couldn't beat a 6/6 because you were playing your red deck. But I feel like that's the direction that we're heading. In part because of Best of One, in part because of Commander. But now we're in the, like, blue exiles artifacts, red, black deals with enchantments, red gets, like, functional terminates where you just kill anything for 1 mana. I feel like that's the direction we're heading, is every color gets to do everything, or much closer to that. I don't think every color literally gets to do everything because, you know, white still exists. So you don't get to literally do everything, but every non-white color gets to do everything. Yeah, green, it's going to be, ooh, I think we get to get them. Search for Escanta, Mana Tide, #1, and the card draw. Well, land and Elite Spellbinder. That is an annoying Fry in the main deck. We go to Best of One and we're still getting crimmed. Huh. Okay. I'll hit ya. Where's all the trickery decks? Where's all the trickery decks? It's gonna be interesting to see what the green mythic adversary is in the new Innistrad set. How strong that ends up being. Well, Thalia hit ya. Opponent. Land. Kroxa. Well, we'll discard. Hit ya. I mean, we are taxing them. Down to 9, but they got the Languish. Probably incoming. Do they have the land? They do. Alright, there's a Swamp. There's a Languish. We draw Gideon's Intervention. Well, Phaseless Haven. Hit ya. Esper Sentinel. Go. Yeah, that whole cycle's really good. The whole pseudo multi-kicker cycle's really good. Opponent, gonna kill this Sentinel. Sure. We've run a lot of cards off Sentinels. Hit you to 1. Esper Sentinel. Land, go. Opponent. Okay, well, it's working-ish. Valky. Okay. You could add Smothering Tithe. Yeah, I mean, Smothering Tithe would fit the taxing theme. I don't know what it would do with the mana, though. I don't know if I agree with every color is everything. Blackening Enchantment is fair because if you compare it to every other functionally removing creature's mass removal, it either goes to one color or three... Wait. I don't know if I agree with every color does everything. Black getting Enchantment, I think, is fair because if you compare to every other functionality, removing creatures, mass removal, etc., it either goes to one color, like Duress effects, or 3+ colors. Enchantment being strictly white-green when white and green has so much overlap makes me feel like they really need a third color to get it. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's the WotC party line argument that WotC used. But my counter argument would be, why did Magic thrive for 28 years? Why did Magic thrive for 28 years with Black not being able to kill enchantments? Why did Commander become an amazing format and millions of people join the game? Like, if it was really an issue, wouldn't have it come up at some point in the last 3 decades before, 2020? So that's kind of my thinking. Like, if it really was an issue, wouldn't we have realized it by now? Hey, what's up, Farah? How are you? Good to see ya. Still not Trickery. The whole trolling Trickery plan is falling apart because we can't find Trickery to troll. Granith Magistrate. Opponent. Memory lapses. Pretty good. Expressive iteration to draw some cards. But I do see what you're saying. What about like blue exiling artifacts? I feel like it's not just I feel like it's more and more of those cards though. And it's not just like black. It's not just like black gets to this land situation's bad news. It's not just black exiling or dealing with enchantments. It's like blue exiling artifacts. I'm trying to think of other recent examples. There's like, I feel like that's, if it was just, okay, we need another color to deal with enchantments, maybe I could get behind the idea that maybe I could buy that. But I feel like because they're adding other things to other colors as well, it's more than that, I think. At least that's how it feels to me. Maybe I'm the one off base. And I think that also hurts Wizards' argument. Because if Wizards is going to argue like, oh, we got to do this because we need 3 colors to have this effect, then why are you adding like Artifact Hate to blue? Because do you, for some reason, need 4 colors of Artifact Hate? So, I don't know. I feel like blue has a lot of interaction with artifacts already, and Raven form is pretty fine. We're not going to play Trickery at all, are we? Opponent. Torrential Gearhulk. Well, that was a quick and easy best-of-1 game. I mean, they have a treasure token. They've had this treasure token the whole game. So we never got a window where Mana Tithe would have... I mean, we could have traded it for a treasure, but... Ugh. Yeah, that was... Memory Lapse is a brutal, brutal card. Trickery tricks you into tricking Trickery when there's no Trickery to trick. We haven't played it once! Is Escape to the Moon a mistake? Let me look up the exact text of Escape from the Moon? Imprison. Imprison on the moon. In the moon. Imprisoned in the moon. Alright, let's, so imprisoned in the moon. Enchant creature, land, or planeswalker. It becomes a land, essentially. A colorless land. doesn't hit artifacts. I feel like Blue's gimmick with creatures has always been transforming it into something. Is transforming it into a land the best way to go? I don't know. But I feel like Pongify, for example, is a... Pongify feels pretty blue. And I think it goes back to, like, polymorph effects. Like, blue can change things into other things. I feel like the issue with some of the blue artifact hate is the thing that it's changing into isn't is too meaningless. Like, if instead of getting a 1/1, you were like, okay, exile the artifact and get a 3/3. If it was like a Beast Within style effect, I would still probably be like, okay, that's a little flexible for blue, but that kind of fits the, like, blue killing something and giving you something else. But a 1/1 is just, like, so meaningless in a game of Commander. It's basically, like, doesn't even matter. So I feel like maybe it's just too competitively costed. I know I've asked you a lot about this deck. I think it's almost perfect. What do you think? Not sure how I feel about Plague Engineer and Void. Oh, this is a sack deck. Oh, okay. Well, that's not great news. Well, apparently our opponent is also a smidge worried about trickery. Wow, this is not a good sign for this. Oh, no. And they get to cast it main phase. Oh, no. We needed our opponent to not draw the land immediately. Yeah, that does it. Well, this is not a great sign about the health of the format, that our opponent's Jund Sacrifice deck is playing a handful of Test of Talents to attempt to survive the trickery meta. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that... Wow, we're not going to play trickery. And this deck feels pretty horrible. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense, because we built this specifically to troll out trickery, and we just haven't played trickery a single time. Well, maybe best of one's fixed. It's kind of funny because everyone was saying that they're playing it like 50% of the time, and that has been my experience. The little bit of best of one I've played is I play against it constantly. Are you excited for Delver in Standard? Yeah, Delver's sweet. It's cool to see it back. Switch to any other... We might have to try it. We might just switch back to playing a real deck. Trickery doesn't even exist in Best of 3, really. I don't think I've ever played Trickery in Best of 3. Well, not since... I played it in the, like, distant past, but not since there was this new build with the Jumpstart Historic Horizon stuff. Huh. This also does not exactly appear to be Trickery. Trellisara. Well, Mana Tithe. 1 of 3. We got Mana Tithe Tron. Yeah, we might try a couple of Reanimator games after this game if we're just going to be unable to play against Trickery. Yeah, let's just wait. We can always flash in Containment Priest. Otherwise, leave up the Mana Leaks. About it. Prosperous Innkeeper. Yeah, let's counter it. Mana Tithe. Mana Tithe number 2. We've played like 5 games now, and we haven't been able to hit it a single time. As per Sentinel. Go. Leave up the Containment Priest in case they Coco. Cold Shoulder for the 58th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. About it. Alright. Containment Priest. Get him. Oh, how are you, Cold Shoulder? It's actually pretty good. Block. Alright. Well, get rid of this Alpha Savior. Spellbinder. Tried the Trickery deck. The first game I went a minute and a half in matchmaking, and it was against a deck loaded with anti-trickery tech. Well, I think a lot of decks are going to be overloaded with anti-trickery tech, because even though we haven't been able to hit it today, I think it really is a pretty high percentage of the meta in best of one. Yeah, I mean, we just played against Jun Sak that was splashing blue for for hate, essentially, for tested talents. So the Trickery deck is basically Tybalt's Trickery, Throes of Chaos. With the idea being you just mulligan until you hit Throes of Chaos, and then you cast Throes of Chaos, that'll hit Trickery, Trickery counters the Throes of Chaos, and then whatever big stuff, usually Genesis Ultimatums, Ugins, Ulamogs, but it's basically, that's basically the entire deck about it. This Lurus is going to be a lot obnoxious. Well, go to combat. Attack. Dranith Magistrate. Opponent gains some life, pass the turn. Do they ramp into throws? Sometimes with treasures, but it's usually like turn 3, turn 4. Oh yeah, I guess as long as Dranith stays out, I guess you're right. They can't cast it from exile, so that does stop Lurus for the time being. Well, we could also, I guess we play this on Heliod. Alright, our plan is kind of working. This is not the matchup we imagined, but we're locking them out. We got Lurus locked out. We got Coco locked out. We got Heliod locked out. The plan is coming together. Ooh, a new green rare? Alright, after this game, we will look at the new green rare. And opponent scoops it up. Okay. I mean, that wasn't the matchup we were going for, but we'll accept it. Maybe we'll try some reanimation. Alright, let's see this new card. New green rare. Alright. New green rare, Willow Geist. 1 mana, 1/1, Treefolk Spirit. Trample. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Willow Spirit. When it dies, you gain life equal to its power. I mean, I think that actually has some potential. The creature types are a little bit awkward. Being a 1/1 spirit is a little bit awkward. Or a 1/1 tree folk is a little bit awkward. But I imagine that there's got to be something, like picture some of the, like the historic mono black decks, where you're playing all the recursive threats, or like Pioneer mono black aggro. I feel like that could have a home in something like that, where you're just playing all these, unless actually vampires, where you're just playing all these recursive cards. You're playing like Bledsoe Champion, Dreadwander, Scrapheap Scrounger. I think the idea is they use it with flashback, but it seems like it could be really good in some sort of aggro deck, where you're just able to get those cards back, that's growing it. What do you got to get this up to? Like a 3/3 for it to be pretty good? Like a 3/3 for 1 is definitely playable, and if it gets bigger, that's even better. Isn't there a white 1-drop that also triggers like this? I don't think it's ever been played. But I feel like there's a white 1-drop. Maybe you could play them together. Yeah, I can't I can't find it for some reason. I've never actually seen anyone play it. Soulbinder's Familiar. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile during your turn. Okay. So that wouldn't work with the like recursive 1-drops, but it would work with this new card, with like flashback spells or something. Flashback, well, ends up going to exile. So it leaves the graveyard, triggers Willow Geist, goes to exile, triggers your Stonebinder's Familiar. I actually think it's a pretty interesting 1-drop. I don't think it's like busted, but I do think that the Willow 1-drop actually seems like it has some potential. Yeah, Delver is back. All right, let's try some reanimation. I guess our idea of hosing trickery is gonna fail just because we can't run into trickery. Well, flashback spell going to exile would trigger it, right? It just says whenever a card goes to exile. So if you flashback a spell, it would leave the graveyard. And then once your flashback spell resolves, it goes to exile. I feel like that would work. Persistent Undying? Ooh. So if you put it in like the Yawgmoth combo in Modern, it would get super big. That's pretty sweet. I mean, maybe we could have some sort of Solemnity combo where you just keep looping a creature from the graveyard to make it infinitely big. I mean, I guess if you could exile things repeatedly, one at a time, you could grow it pretty quickly. Murktide Regent makes it huge. Yeah, but it exiles all at once. So it's one or more cards leave your graveyard. So, Titan's Nest is a good one. Hey, what's up, Phyrexian? Good to see you. It's going well. Other than the fact that we can't play Trickery when we want to. Yeah, so it says one or more cards. So how this works is, if you get hit by a Relic of Progenitus or something, and all the cards leave your graveyard, you get one counter. But if you can repeatedly exile a card, you're going to get a counter for each of them. So like Murktide Regent is going to exile a bunch of cards at once, so you get one counter for all the cards you dealt away. But I don't know, Relic of Progenitus. You tap it, exile a card, do that every turn, you're going to slowly build up counters. Or like Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze would be another one. Yeah, I guess Solemnity wouldn't work, because that would prevent the counters. Like, this doesn't say once per turn, though, right? Willow Geist doesn't say once per turn. Necropotence. Necro would work with the white one. Willow Geist plus Claven? Yeah, that would be a way to grow it. Autumn Shake, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Ooze might be one of the better ways. We got another one. What is this card? Oh no, Coven. Did they finally make a good Coven card? Sun Gold Sentinel. 2 mana, 3/2, Human Soldier. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one target card from a... Oh, it's a combo. It's a combo. We broke it. We broke it already. We just had to wait for one more spoiler. Okay, so we have a deck. Willow Geist, whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard. Sun Gold Sentinel, whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile one target card from a graveyard. Boom! It's a 2/2. Coven, choose a color. Against hexproof from that color until undeterred. Can't be blocked by... And can't be blocked by creatures. Why did they just give it protection? And isn't that just protection with more steps? Like, didn't they literally backdoor their way into giving it protection? As hexproof, can't be blocked by creatures of that color. Just write protection. I mean, I guess it's not quite, because technically... yeah, I mean, I guess it would die to an Anger the Gods effect, or something like that. There are, like, fringe upsides, but it's... Well, you can't target it because it has hexproof from the color. They really should just giving it protection. Like, it's so close to protection. I mean, this card actually feels pretty good. I mean, it's just a solid a solid 2-drop. 3/2, good stats. Incidental Graveyard Hate, and Willow Guys combos. And Willow Guys combos. That's a good ability. And that's a reasonable Coven ability. I like this one because it seems good on its... It seems fine on its own. Like a 3/2 for 2 with the Incidental Graveyard Hate, that's fine. And then Coven, even if you never turn it on, you got a 3/2 for 2. They should have made it protection, though. Are we not doing protection again now? Are we back to not doing protection and we're doing hexproof? I feel like we go back and forth on that every other year. Like we're not allowed to do protection. Then protection comes back, and now we're back to doing hexproof. We're just constantly going back and forth on whether or not protection is good or not. Willowgeist does work with Undying. Protection is bad design. What do you dislike about protection? I think the other one that's weird to me is they get rid of regeneration, but then there's been some cards recently where you know they're trying to recreate regeneration, where it's like, make the creature indestructible, and then also tap it, and it's basically just like very, 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 very close to being actual regeneration, but with a bunch of extra words thrown in to actually make it work. Do you still have the Ether Hub Reanimator list? Love to compare. Oh, I'm not sure what list this is. I would have to look in my Goldfish account. Protection works against a very specific set of things that there isn't really a way to know without memorizing it. I mean, protection just works against everything. Like, things of that color can't do anything to it. I think the only real exception is a Wrath, right? I mean, basically, I don't know. Maybe protection's more complicated than I'm realizing, just because I've been playing it for a long time. Like, basically, it can't be dealt damage by, or targeted by, or harmed by, in any way, things of that color. I guess I could see how Wraths and, like, Edicts could potentially be somewhat confusing to newer players. Wow, are we just going for... I guess we're just going to Massacre Worm. I mean, that seems reasonable. Actually, you know what? I don't think we have to. Well, I mean, can we pass up turn 3 Massacre? We Bone Shards this. Yeah, we're going to do it. We will discard a Massacre Worm. Not quite a Jinkataxius, but not bad. Not bad. Opponent sags it, sure. We weren't planning on doing that anyway. We will get back a Massacre Worm. Turn 3? Turn 3. Kill it. Yeah, I mean, they do, but we have another priest, and we have like a million more priests, so even though they probably will spend their turn giant killing it, that's not really a very long-term solution, because this can unearth, and we got another priest in hand. What do you think the confusing part of protection is? It's basically just what does an opponent. It doesn't even try to kill the giant, scoops it up. I mean, protection isn't something that I would fight for. I mean, I can see the upsides and downsides. My experience with protection is more that it can be frustrating gameplay-wise sometimes. So, let me see, Greedy Kailo. Not sure how I feel about Plague Engineer and Voidwalker. I mean, that looks like a solid grief list to me. Grief is grief with Ephemerates and the Malakari Burst, really strong. I would probably play Plague Engineer on my sideboard. I'm a fan. Tempest of Light's interesting. Yeah, I mean, to me that looks like a pretty finished deck. I haven't got to like play test it directly, obviously, but if I saw this list like show up in the 5-0 deck list dumps or whatever, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't think twice about it. Like it looks pretty well optimized. Looks sweet. Yeah, there is a fake Snapcaster going around. So there's a fake Snapcaster going around. Oh, it cracked me up. There's a fake Snapcaster going around, and then there was a fake post from a fake Wizards account that said something like PSA, the Snapcaster's fake. We would never reprint a good card in Standard. And as soon as I saw it, the difference in the account was it had like a longer dash in the Wizards dash Magic. So it was very similar looking. As soon as I saw it, I actually pinged the we got a sideboard. I actually pinged our like Goldfish group chat on Discord, and I said, "Wow, Wizards is like getting better at social media. They're actually like making some like self-aware humor, a little bit of his cell phone. Like, I actually thought this WotC tweet was kind of funny, and I've never really seen a funny tweet from the official WotC account before. Wizards they're doing it finally." And then Neochick was like, that's not actually the Wizards account, right? I said, "Oh, that makes a ton of sense." I should have known better than to think that there was a funny tweet from the WotC account. Did you happen to see the modern Reanimator list I emailed you? Ooh, when did you email it to me? I went through a bunch of submissions and deck lists over the weekend. If you just sent it to me in the last couple days, then it's possible I haven't seen it yet. Well, alright. Helix, kill it. Opponent, exile. Sure. So opponent's going to make it hard to reanimate here, but I guess we can hardcast stuff eventually. What do you think about putting Delver into Standard? I think Delver in Standard is going to be fine. I think I'm more worried actually about older formats to some extent. Like, I'm a little bit more concerned about Historic, maybe, where Dragon's Rage Channeler and Delver could be a scary thing. But I think the Standard can easily survive a Delver. I don't think there's anywhere near the support cards we had last time, when Delver was like the best deck in the format. When Delver was the best deck in the format, there was just so many strong support cards. The Ponders and Preordains and Snapcasters and Restos were nowhere near that now. All right, opponent gets a Giant Killer. We'd really like our opponent to extend a bit more. Well, pass the turn. Unfortunately, Priest isn't big enough to block. Oh, Mana Leak as well, yeah. Yeah, it was basically pretty close to a modern deck. I feel like DRC is very, very much not as scary without fetches and bobble. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Like, it's still a strong card, but it is definitely way less scary than it is in modern. Raven Inspector. Alright, let's Thrilling Discovery. Discard. Play the land. Pass the turn. Yeah, no attacks. Oh, that looks sweet, Johnny. Yeah, I mean, Archon of Cruelty is a real payoff, and Sarah's Emissary is a good backup. That looks very solid. Profane Tutor is kind of spicy. I haven't really seen Profane Tutor in the Reanimator deck, but yeah, I mean, as long as you dodge the Graveyard Hate. Also, the Stoneforge kind of like semi-transformational sideboard plan is nice. That seems like a cool way to get around the Graveyard Hate. Since Jumpstart Historic Horizons came out, I'm only interested in having the only interest I have in Historic anymore is building Pool so I can play Momir on Arena. Yeah, Pool is kind of hilarious. Pool, I also very much enjoy Pool of Vigorous Growth. It's going to be a good Anger of the Gods, hopefully. Just kidding. Well, in that case, Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard. Discard. Priest of the Fellrites. Tapland. Go. When are we having Pool Madness? Ooh. Getting value out of the stuff you discard would be sweet. The only awkward part is I feel like you often want to maximize the mana value of what you're discarding. Oh, that's bad news. That's real bad news. That might be the death of us news. Oh, block, 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 and block. Oh, that Thalia's Lieutenant, though. Stuff dies. Now we can't kill this? Ooh. And it's big enough to kill us? Well. Thrilling discovery. Bone exiles a guard. Sure. Hang on. I don't think I actually updated it. Well, Anger of the Gods. Oh, and there's a giant killer. Wow, this is going to be super close. Bonus, sacks, draws. Another Lord. Oh. Wow, they got a lot of graveyard hate, don't they? Goes attacking. Now Sarah's Emissary doesn't even do it. Yeah, we're just officially dead with that giant killer in hand. Yeah, it doesn't do anything though. Because if we name creature, then it dies to giant killer. If we name instant, then we die to the creatures. All right, so opponent's playing White Weenie actually. Huh. Yeah, let's go down Ox of Agonis. Opponent's got all the graveyard hate. A green Coven. The new Coven commander. I feel like it might be the weakest commander precon commander ever printed. Is there anything that can top it? I feel like Leonor is just literally the weakest precon commander of all time. I haven't researched it, so I don't know. Maybe if I went through every precon ever printed, I'd find something else. But I feel like this has to at least be in the running for weakest commander precon card that has ever been printed. Precon legend, like face card. Oh, Dawnheart Mentor. What is that one? Ah, oh no, there's another 0/4. When it enters a battle, so 3 mana 0/4. When it enters the battlefield, make a 1/1 human. Target creature you control, Coven 6. Target creature you control gets +3/+3 and trample. Activate this only if you control 3 more creatures with different power. I mean, that's probably a fine limited card. Coming along with the 1/1 does help a little bit. Odric's Outrider. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter. Ugh. That's a cool effect, but 4 mana is a little much. I mean, Dawnhunt Mentor, I don't think that's a constructed card, but it seems like it could be a decent limited card. Yeah, I think it's a fine finisher in limited, probably, but in constructed, it's like a mana sink for limited. Constructed, not gonna do enough. I don't play the land. Thrilling Discovery. Discard, discard. Pass the turn. About it. Kaizel Freebooter, sure. The Mentor enables Coven with a bear laying around, which is probably the best part. Yeah, that is definitely an upside in limited, for sure. Well, kill this. Discard the Elish Norn. Looting. We need some reanimate. Well, okay. Discard. Discard. Well, alright, there's Prees. See if they got Graveyard Hate. If not, we could be having a Reanimate, Elish Norn, and Massacre Worm turn. Of course they do. General Kudrow. Randomly hates on graveyards for some reason. Praise to the foul rights. Praise to the foul rights. Pass the turn. I'm super hyped for Midnight Hunt. The new Innistrad set looks so sweet. It reminds me so much of the old one, which is good news. Yeah. Here comes the exiling. Massacre Worm down. Ugh. General Kudrow. I wonder why this card is not really caught on anywhere. I guess it's 3 mana, but it's removal, it's Graveyard Hate, and it's a Lord all-in-one. Like, it's kind of a really strong card. That's not helpful. Alright, we got hit something big. We got Priest. Can we find something to reanimate with them? No, that is 2 Magic the Gathering lands. Okay. Well, yeah. Maybe we should have let our opponent draw to be able to flash back this Faithless Looting since the General Kudrow's out. Corabiz, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I looked up all the face commanders, and you're right. The Coven Commander is definitely the worst one. Well, the Pyromancer's in our graveyard. About it. Yeah, I mean, I guess if we have to, we can... we can reanimate a Pyromancer. It doesn't feel good. Well... reanimate Pyromancer. Oh, Lord! Wow! Well, our opponent's prepared for trickery. They are prepared for trickery. That's one thing I worry about with reanimation decks that makes me think that they probably aren't very good in Historic is there's just so many graveyard decks that I feel like everyone's playing Graveyard Hate. So there's a lot of pieces to make a reanimation deck. I don't know if it lines up with the meta. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how humans... Yeah, I don't know. Oh boy, ninjas, eh? I'm using Fast and Furious in my build for Reanimator because it draws discard but also board wipes. What is Fast and Furious? Well, discard and I guess discard. Fast Furious. Oh, in Modern? That's sweet. Discard a card, then draw 2 cards. Oh, it's really expensive. 5 mana. Oh, 5 mana is a lot. How's it worked out for you? Has it been fast enough? Alright, Brazen Borrower. I don't know, it wasn't listed as... It wasn't listed as in Jumpstart Historic Horizons on the site, unless we have a bit of an error, which is, I guess, possible. But, yeah, it's not showing up as being in Jumpstart. Well, Priest of the Foul Rites. Again. Land. Go. Interesting. Well, we must not have it. It must not have all of Jumpstart Historic Horizons listed there. I'll have to mention it to Richard and try to get it added. Yeah, I mean, I like the upside of the flexibility. Like, that is sweet. So our opponent's just like a blue-white flyer deck? 2 to the bottom. Well, this seems decent. Bone Shards. Discard. Massacre Worm. Alright. Archon. Hopefully dying. Doesn't really matter either way, because we can still reanimate. Archon down, and it's gonna be a massacre. Priest of the Foul Rites, Massacre Worm, out of here, Fairy Seers, and well, that's what reanimation can do when things go well. What is my favorite card? My 2 favorite cards are. We basically are playing a Richard Bird deck. My 2 favorite cards are Panharmonicon and, wow, I just ran that out main phase. My 2 favorite cards are Panharmonicon and Blood Moon. Opponent down to 12. Tap land. Hit ya. Faithless Looting. Opponent counters. Well, pass the turn. Opponent taps. It's 6. Who is my absolute favorite commander that I have ever played? Tag you, opponent. Scoops it up. Absolute favorite commander I've ever played. So the easy answer is Yarok. That is the easy answer, because it's a Panharmonicon that you can play from the command zone. And I love that playstyle, although I've moved more away from that playstyle recently. I think I was too entrenched in the dirtily Panharmonicon commander decks, and I've enjoyed branching out more. I still love playing that style of deck, but I've enjoyed doing other things too. And I've actually, like, oddly somehow really ended up liking to play aggro decks, or more aggressive, or at least, I don't even know about aggro, proactive. I've enjoyed playing more proactive commander decks, which is something that wasn't true in the past, but now I actually very much enjoy playing more proactive decks. So it might be Yarok, Hans. Hans for beard purposes. And Hans is really fun to play. I really want to play the new attacking Panharmonicon thing, but it's still not on Moto. And they print so many Commander Precon cards, I don't actually even remember the name of it at the moment. How many commander cards do you remember these days? That's something I've noticed. Like, let's say 2 years ago, I could easily tell you every face commander and probably every legend from the commander decks released each year. Now we get so many of them that I definitely cannot. I don't even know if I come super close. Wolfgar, yeah, that is the one. There's just so many. Oh man, the better I forgot that I do have a bit of an excuse because it's not a moto, but yeah, I kind of forgot that existed. Well, thrilling discovery about it. Would you like to counter? Favorite two card combo: Helm of Obedience, Leyline of the Void. That is a sweet one. All right, Ether Gus. Oh, this is like a Curious Obsession, Annoy You deck. I see. Opponent: Elite Spellbinder. Well, if they get the Sarah's Emissary, then we can basically never get it in the graveyard. This is a bird deck. This is very much... We've been playing Crim decks. Now we finally get to play... Wow, they should have taken the Emissary. Taking Faithless Looting cannot be the right call. So... In that case... Discard. Draw some cards. Discard. Kill the Spellbinder. Pass the turn. I'm interested in submitting a deck for Commander Clash. What power level should I build and how should I submit it? So, power level, it's so hard to accurately judge power levels in Commander. I would say that our Commander Clash games are probably... Oh boy. Wow, they're playing Brawl in this deck? They really are just trying to counter every single spell, aren't they? I would say that our games are probably like 7s? 6s? Depending on how you define power, but somewhere in that range. So I would shoot for kind of normal Commander Clash power level. About it. You got another one? If they do, they're not using it. Well, tap land. Go. All right, opponent. What do you got? Brazen Borrower. Opponent. Out of cards for the time being. Adapts. This is a Richard Crim hybrid. Two-headed Giant weak. Photo Bat. If they top decked another counter, I might puke a little. Unburial Rites. Massacre Worm. About it. Wow! They did! Alright. So opponent does top deck another counter at the absolute perfect moment. Goes attacking. Down to 8. And I guess we might just be losing then with these top decks. Opponent passes. Because we can't activate this now. Wow, that is unfortunate. Boy, that is some unfortunate running for us. Oh, opponent adapts. Goes attacking. And down to 2. Fairy Seer. I mean, we're not dead, but we can't do anything, so we're dead. Like, that's the issue. Wow, that might actually give us a shot. No, the Storm Tamer. Wow, this is a hilarious line. But what you have to do is... Lightning Helix, our own elemental, to gain enough life to priest to the Fel Rites and get back Massacre Worm. And get a few triggers and go attacking an opponent at 4 and Elite Spellbinder opponent. Uh-oh. Faithless Looting. Those cards don't help. Oh, we're going to end up losing anyway. Yeah. And we're still dead. Go attacking. Oh, opponent punted. Okay. They need to block the Season Pyromancer. Wow! Oh, yeah, that is not the block that lets our opponent live. That is definitely not the block that allows our opponent to live. Wow, maybe we should have played the Sarah Emissary. The damage from from the worm is so appealing. Wow. Were they? Well, couldn't they? What if they blocked Elite Spellbinder? What if they blocked Elite Spellbinder on Massacre Worm and then Brawl on Season Pyromancer? Wouldn't they have taken 2 and had the Brawl left over? I mean, I guess they likely would have died in another turn unless they top deck something, but wouldn't that block have kept them alive at least? I mean, I guess if you feel like you're not gonna... If you feel like you're just not going to win anyway, maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't have had lethal, that's true. Massacre Worm's it's a real thing. Alright. Tap land. Go. What happens if I buy the Mastery Pass right now? Is it a bad idea? It's not a bad idea because they actually will backfill. I guess it depends on the level that you're at, but they backfill all the levels that you've gotten to. So if you've been playing through the last couple of months and you're at a relatively high level, then buying it now is fine because they're still going to give you all the prizes for all the levels that you've gotten through. Yeah, it's retroactive basically. Yeah, they probably were going to lose either way. That's true. But it wasn't the block that would give them some chance of staying alive, if that's a thing that matters. Why did our opponent keep this hand? Cruel Celebrant. Well. Each opponent, eh? So this means we could just be dying here? Oh, Sarah's Emissary. On... What do we even take? What do we need to donate for you to stream a Brawl counter-tribal historic Brawl deck and watch people's hopes and dreams get countered again and again? Oh, I don't know if people would want to watch that. I feel like Brawl's pretty hated. I think it's fun to get people with dislike Magic cards, but... Man, I guess we go instant? Not land. Let's go instant, I guess. I like getting people with Blood Moons and such, but it's got to be stuff people enjoy watching, too. Hey, see ya, Medrani. Innkeeper. Well, we can just hardcast Massacre Worm, which is sweet. Oh, shouldn't have missed those land drops, friend. Massacre Worm! Wipe them out! Pig! Hit ya! To 9, and Wow, we can reanimate something else next turn. Opponent plays a land. We're gonna have the we're gonna have full Tron. Oh, and Massacre Worm keeps them from comboing, which is hilarious. Faithless Looting. Discard. Unburial Rights. Jin. Tron Assembled. Emissary. Massacre Worm. Jin Gataxias. We got them all on turn 3-ish. Cling to Dustin. Soul Guide Lantern in. What do we go down? Probably go down the Jin and the Drake Youssef. Ox. I feel like we need some removal. Let's go up the 2 Helixes. And just do a bit of trimming. It's kind of hilarious if we get down a Massacre Worm. They can't combo with Withering. Because they gotta take 2 whenever a creature dies. So Massacre Worm does stop the combo. Yeah, Coco's just a... it's an awkward hand. Coco's just a really strong card in multiple formats. Yeah, alright. Thrilling discovery it is. Well, land on red, Faithless Looting. Discard and discard. Will we be fast enough? Withering to draw the game with their Vesper Larks? That would be actually kind of funny. Cruel Celebrate. Well, thrilling discovery. Discard. Draw. Skirk plus Grumgully plus Putrid Goblin is infinite red mana. Yeah, and if you throw a Blood Artist effect in, it actually is just game. Huh. Ooze is a problem. Well, kill the ooze. Yeah, that is a sweet combo, Takoto. Might have to build a deck around that at some point. Opponent. Hits us. Down to 19. Yeah, let's thaw these. Is there a Coco in our future? Oh, there is. Are we dead? Not yet. Take the Vesper Lark. Pyromancer. Gonna need to find a finisher, I guess. Oh, Massacre Worm, so close. Opponent's gonna scribe for the win. Can they find it? Hey, what's up, Eddie Gun? How are you? I'm doing well. How are you today? To the top. That's a bad sign. Devriel. All right. Sure. Well, one more shot. Isn't the entire combo on Arena now? Grumgully, Putrid Goblin, Sing Gang, all in Arena. I believe so. I believe most of those were added with Historic Horizons. I think it's been a little bit overshadowed, I would say, by just the other stuff that's going on in the format, basically. There's like the Vesper Lark combo, which kills super quickly. That's been added to the format. There's a Scullioak Squirrel Twin combo. So there's just so many like combos going on. Oh yeah, I guess yeah. We played this combo, a version of it, last week on Against the Odds. I hadn't really considered that maybe some people hadn't seen it. But yeah, basically Vesper Lark and a thing that gives it negative whatever persistently lets it reanimate itself an infinite number of times, and yeah, let's take Withering, I guess. That could be wrong, but Withering can kill the Priest of the Fell Rites, which we'd kind of want. Ooh, alright. Priest of the Fell Rites. Come on, Massacre Worm! Opponent. Untap land. Innkeeper. Well, thrilling discovery. Discard, discard. Sarah's Emissary. On, I guess, creature. Land. Faithless Looting. So many Sarah's Emissaries. Discard, discard. Oh, we're dirty. We're dirty Sarah's Emissary players now for sure. Opponent. Whoa, Strider. Yeah, passes. Go to combat. Hit ya. Down to 13. Pass the turn. This is going to be close. Yeah, we can still get comboed off here. Because Celebrate doesn't target. But having Lightning Helix is going to make it really hard for opponent to combo. Wow, opponent's desperation mode. Oh yeah, opponents. I mean, I guess they're facing down a Sarah's Emissary, so... Yeah, Yawgmoth is another new combo piece. Well, alright. Helix, yeah? And? Helix, yeah? Sarah's Emissary is a busted card! It's a busted card! Oh... Wow. Do we have any more spoilers? Before we wrap up our stream for tonight? Anything new? Oh, sort of. Brooding Weaver. 4 mana, 2/4, so Giant Spider. It has reach. It is a spider. When it dies, make a 1/2 green spider token with reach. They power crept Giant Spider right out of the game. Rip Giant Spider. Yeah, Emissary is a kind of a busted card. I mean, probably a good limited card. But, yeah, it's been a while since Giant Spider has been... Has Giant Spider ever been playable? Maybe by a while, I mean infinity, since it's actually been playable. It is, yeah, Penumbra Spider is even better, right? When that died, it made another copy of it, essentially, another 2/4. Yeah, there's a lot of things better than Giant Spider. But that's not a bad limited card. A decent blocker that makes another blocker. Works in sacrifice synergies. Not going to do anything in constructed, but... And for our reward, a Ray of Frost. Oh! Anyway, I think on that note, that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So what did we learn today? We did some Squirrel Twinning. And Squirrel Twin, we had a winning record with it. It actually went pretty well. The build, there could be some tuning around the edges. The actual combo, the weird part is the combo didn't win that often. We won mostly just by cocoing and putting creatures into play. We did win a game, I think, with the combo. There might have been 2 games with the combo, but the deck was pretty good because Coco's good and the creatures are good. And we played a lot of really removal-heavy matchups, which made it hard to actually like go infinite with Twin. We tried to hate on... Tibalt's Trickery, never ran into Tibalt's Trickery. The deck not good against non-Tibalt's Trickery decks. And then Reanimator, we got a little blown out by Graveyard Hate in some matchups, but when you're not getting blown out by Graveyard Hate, it's actually pretty good. So, and Historic's in an interesting spot for sure. Did Twitch add banner ads? Did they add banner ads? I haven't noticed them. Yeah, the packs are a little less exciting because we're to the gem... to the gem stage where we're there we go, Grandmaster of Flowers. That's an actual non-gem magic card. Anyway, everyone, I believe that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So next stream is on Thursday. That's our evening stream, Thursday, 6 Eastern. Monin the Conqueror, you missed everything. We're just actually wrapping things up. We played some Reanimator. We played some Squirrel Twin in Historic. Played a little bit of really janky taxes, trying to hit Default's Trickery. No budget magic this week because of spoiler stuff, but it will return next week. And on the YouTube, along with spoilers, Against Odds will be up tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, replay YouTube, tons of stuff going up on there, like all of our old streams. This will be up tomorrow. And one more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you get up over at cardkingdom.com. They got Innistrad Midnight Hunt up for pre-order. Now, even get a free goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one, and they'll hook you up. They're super cool like that. So thank you to Card Kingdom. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular, and seriously, I appreciate y'all hanging out, having some fun this afternoon. So we will be back on Thursday. In the meantime, check out the spoiler videos and everything on the YouTube. So thanks everyone, I love y'all. I'll see you on Thursday, and I will talk to you soon.